So listen, if you have an idea for maybe a project or an album or a series of photographs of your dog or whatever it is that you want to share with the internet, and you're thinking about how to make a website, we've told you before and we'll tell you again that Squarespace is one of the easiest ways we can think of to get something that looks great and operates great. And if you're ever confused, they have a 24/7 award-winning customer support line that will help you with anything. But long story short, you can get really great templates and really great websites that are incredibly easy to customize with just a couple of clicks. You don't have to worry about all of the dramatics of building a website from yesteryear. So go to squarespace.com/read for a free trial. And when you're ready to launch your website, use the offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a site or a domain. Let them know we sent you, and let's start the show. What you drinking? Rum or whiskey? No, won't you have a double with me?
I wish I knew this.
I'm sorry, I'm a little late. I got your message, by the way. I'm calling in sick today. So let's go round for old time's sake. I'll never forget you. And then they said we never make it, my sweet joy. Always remember me. We were mischievous.
Oh, shit.
And you were always wearing black. I was so serious. You know my boyfriend's mother nearly had a heart attack. Sorry, I'm a little late. Right on the time, my heart changing. World was like a I went into a different place.
What is this song called?
Never Forget You by Noisettes, and classic song, classic band. Me and my friend Alan used to drive around in my 99 Honda Civic in Miami
yes,
and listen
God.
to that song and dance like the Supremes. So,
come on, Noisettes. How have I never? Oh, never mind. I haven't heard of a lot of stuff.
Welcome back to the show, everybody. I am Angela Bassett.
And I am Simone Biles, and this is The Read. Thank you for tuning in.
Let's get started. Lots of ground to cover. It's already late. First up, Black Excellence. We've got a 5-year-old drumming prodigy from Louisiana. His name's Jeremiah Travis, and he's got a full band scholarship to Alcorn State University already.
Okay.
So he may attend college on a full ride when he graduates in 13 years.
Already.
So he's a kindergartner, and he also plays snare in the band at St. Helena College and Career Academy in Greensburg, Louisiana. And apparently he used to beat on some blocks and things like that, as a lot of kids do, but I don't know, he probably had rhythm or something.
Something stood out.
And just a passion for doing it. And that led him to now play in a band with other instruments musicians who are damn near 10 years or older than him.
At least. Because it looks like he's up here with like full on high school. Yeah, these kids are grown. So, wow.
If you're ever at a halftime show or something during a New Orleans Pelicans basketball game, you may see this 5-year-old young man killing it. And he now has the opportunity to play at Alcorn State's band. Their band is called Sounds of Dynamite. Oh my goodness, I love being black. And it says here that his mother...
This is incredible.
His mother, Nicole, said to know that he is 5 and had a full scholarship made me feel so good. Because I thought to myself, imagine having a 5-year-old, right? That you don't even have to worry about paying for school for this kid because it's already paid for because of his talent. Right. You know what I'm saying? Not because of just any old thing or what. I mean, he's 5. Right. So most of them aren't doing much in school besides coloring and maybe basic math.
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying?
All that.
But because this young man is gifted, you don't even have to worry about paying for school for him. You just had this nigga.
Right.
Like you probably remember what you had to eat in the hospital and everything. Like you just had it.
Yeah, he's still pretty fresh.
Already be like, that school stuff. And imagine, when he gets a bit older, if he continues to play, which it sounds like he does.
Right.
His band director says, he's 5 years old, but he's always working on his skills. Any free time he has in the band room or when we go on break, he's drumming on the floor, getting other drummers to come and just asking them, can we play? Can we play? That's what Chesterton Fry, the band director at St. Helena, said about him. He apparently is also playing with his cousin, Kenya Brooks, who's a percussionist at St. Helena. And I love here when it says, when he's not playing the drums in school, he's usually playing the drums anyway. It says, okay, here it is. It's when Travis isn't playing with the band, he's usually still playing the drums, but this time with his cousin. So like this kid at 5 is like, you can't tell me about anything besides these drums and me being the best at it. So just imagine when this kid is like 15.
It's going to be ridiculous. Because I saw like the director was like his work ethic is through the roof. I'm like, a 5-year-old?
Right.
So this means he's
like
learning music and everything, to read music and everything.
Instructors are like, I'm not going to give him that right now because he's only fucking 5. And so that might be too much for him. And this young man is like, I'm
actually going to
hold my juicy juice. Because
take all of those things.
That's actually nothing for a player like me.
It's beautiful.
So, congratulations for being awesome and excellent at things. I was given piano lessons as a kid and I liked it until I basically had to accept that it requires structure and discipline.
It does require those things.
And practice.
It does.
And I wasn't fond of any of that.
I loved my piano lessons. I took them right up until high school.
I loved them as well until I did it.
Isn't that how most things go?
Also, Miss Universe, Zozibini Tunzi of South Africa is the new Miss Universe, which makes Miss USA, Miss Teen USA, Miss America, and Miss Universe now all Black women.
That is wild.
She is an activist devoted to fighting gender-based violence and changing the narrative around gender stereotypes, it says here, because of them we can. So shout out to you. I know there's opinions about pageantry or whatever the fuck, but you have to admit that it's fucking sickening that all of these women are Black.
Right.
As well as her sickening face and massive beauty and perfect skin and short natural and all of the other things.
Right. She's so gorgeous. Like she's even just looking at her, I'm like, how the fuck do you look like? What is it like to be that fine?
Your teeth, your face,
I can't.
Your hair,
it's
your
the most
skin.
Perfect face.
Wow, are you fine?
Yeah. Truly a beautiful girl, so congratulations.
And it was down between her and Puerto Rico. I don't even know how Steve Harvey is still allowed into the buildings, but...
Yeah, well, I don't know what the fuck he had on. That looked very crazy.
He looked uncomfortable.
Right. I mean, it did not look like it was fun to wear or, cute to wear, but... Anyway, this is not about Steve Harvey and his terrible fashion.
Yes, it's about amazing Black people doing amazing Black things.
Yeah.
And knocking down the bounds of bigotry, patriarchy, racism, colorism, classism, homophobia, transphobia, and all of the other
Yes, all of them.
But now we're moving into the garbage.
Hope you enjoyed that little warm, uplifting moment because it's over.
Hot Tops. Prep and Prejudice begins now. So first up,
oh god,
I woke up today to see this Beyoncé Elle magazine cover that I'm buying a few copies of. One that I might just blow up the cover and hang it somewhere, and then also for the coffee table, which I don't have a coffee table. I might need to get one now for this Beyoncé magazine. Obviously, the beauty knows no bounds, no limits.
Just don't make no sense how fine she is.
It starts this article by saying something about her parachuting in, descending from the sky into a nondescript corner of LA's Crenshaw neighborhood. Parachute in tow. Beyonce is something of an otherworldly presence. She strides into... So this woman literally...
Right.
Parachuted her Black ass down into Crenshaw somewhere.
The fact that I thought it was a joke until I saw the picture of her with a parachute behind her, I was like, no, this bitch really...
Did you actually...
You got Beyonce.
What?
Did you just have, was there a chopper that just let your ass out?
And I know that she's done like the bungee jumping and leaping off of things or whatever and all kinds of shit.
She loves that shit.
A nigga like me can't even fathom. So, great for you, sis. This seemed to be in an effort to show off the new pieces coming to Ivy Park.
Right.
There's just lots of discussion in that. I said, reading this interview, I was like, Mama has done this for so long. It's a water off a duck's back.
Right.
She tied it back into that collection so many times. Because there's a whole list halfway into this that's basically just questions from fans from all over social media and things like that, which I thought was
most of the actual
excellent.
Interview part. Right.
Yeah, it was
questions
just
from
questions from fans, which I thought was dope. But one of them asked her about, like, I guess her fashion sense or how she styles herself on a day off, or a question about like her typical fashion choices. And she so simply tied that back into style in Ivy Park like it was nothing. I was like, girl, you've been doing this for too damn long. Then she also talked about like donating clothes of hers to charity and saving pieces for Blue, which would be vintage by then.
Right. Still. And roomy. And hell, maybe Sarah, who knows? Whatever you want to wear.
She also talked about the clothes being more gender neutral because of all of the queens like me who flocked to go and get pieces.
She was like, it was
a
surprise.
Bitch, you like, what? What the fuck
I
you
don't
mean
know
it was
why
a surprise?
you should have known, sis.
You damn nigga well that we were out there.
Girl, you really didn't think the gays was going to go get Ivy Park?
We were fighting some of these hoes for pieces like... No, I too will have the leotard, sis.
I shall.
And I dare you to tell me I can in this top shop.
And that headband as well, girl. I'm getting all of it.
What's the problem?
When they was doing them crop tops, oh, bitch, please. I think I've seen more niggas in Ivy Park crop tops than women.
I know I have. So, no question on this
Beyonce,
side.
girl, you knew.
So that's cute. I mean, I'm down for whatever this collaboration with Adidas is and the fact that you actually make shoes and all that stuff. So that's cool. There were just some things that I felt I wanted to read in here that A, were either funny to me, or B, I feel like a couple of her peers could take notes. And
yes.
Peers is hilarious to say.
Right.
But I mean like...
other people with fame.
So the first question, some of this stuff was just shit that I was really interested in. Like when they asked what stresses you out. So I think the most stressful thing for me is balancing work and life, dropping our kids off at school and things like that. And then having time to have dinner with your man, dinner with your family, and run a business. But I love how it just ends by her saying, juggling all of those roles can be stressful. But I think that's life for any working mom.
Okay. Like, yes, but most of us are not going to work doing what you're doing, sis. But yes. Like, this is Beyonce being relatable to the rest of the mamas out here.
Appreciate
hustling nonstop. Yeah.
How do you take care of yourself? Do you believe in self-care? I have always wanted to know what Beyonce does. Beyonceing. I can handle this.
Right. So, yeah, this is a lot for me.
The name of the brand, Ivy Park, again, a tie-in, comes from where I built my strength and endurance as a young woman, running and training in the park and dealing with Matthew and whatever else. Now, what I highlighted, many of us grew up seeing our parents act as if they were superheroes. Most women have been conditioned to ignore symptoms and just tough it out and focus on taking care of everyone else before themselves. I am no longer one of those people. After having a difficult pregnancy, I took a year to focus on my health. I've researched information on homeopathic medicines. I don't put any prescription in my body. My diet is important, and I use tools like acupuncture, meditation, visualization, and breathing exercises. Now, acupuncture looks terrifying to me.
Really?
But I've heard great things about it, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think it looks fun, honestly. I would do it.
I would probably do it as well, but just...
It can't possibly hurt.
I don't think that it hurts, but the sight of it is unnerving for me.
Yeah, I also don't know what it does. Does it like draw the bad vibes out of your body?
I think it's like a pressure point thing.
Oh, okay.
I know that I've heard endlessly the benefits and the makings and logistics of that acupuncture.
Right.
And I don't think I've ever retained it because in my mind, it's needles in your skin and I don't want anything
there
to
you
do
go.
with it.
Right. And it is. So you're not wrong.
So let's get down to what the fuck I laughed at.
Okay.
A, Is there ever a morning where you just want to put on sweats and go for a walk without security? I do.
Yes, there are lots of mornings like that.
Are you saying that you do or that you actually do it? Like, I do apostrophe. What a troll.
What?
She says, oh no, where was this other one?
Exclamation.
Okay. When she did this corny joke that
she said Blue was going to kill her for
it, that was hilarious to me. I've been to every one of your solo tours and the ones with Jay-Z. The Formation World Tour was my favorite. Where's the video? This heifer said, years ago, I asked Prince to record my rehearsal with him for our Grammy performance. He said, you don't need to record that. You own that in your mind. Then it says, ha, with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 A's. Prince always knew best, so you can always watch the Formation World Tour in your mind. You own that. How dare you?
She hates us.
We should have known that Prince was responsible for this shade. Like, I should have known this. Did you hear?
Oh, Lord.
Did you hear, like, how Prince said something about Katy Perry and Ed Sheeran? Like, there was some shade about Katy Perry and Ed Sheeran songs and not wanting to hear a million of those on the radio or something like that. And, like, all of this shade that we are uncovering from Prince after his passing, shade never dies.
Right.
You're just, I mean, wow. That blew me the fuck
The fact
over.
that this bitch said, close your eyes and think about it. Just dream. I'm like, Beyonce, what about the fans who didn't get to go? They can't remember, girl. They just never saw. And you, I guess, never will. My favorite was the Snapchat one when she quoted Keke
that
Palmer.
What was coming next.
Y'all knew good and fucking well she wasn't going to give you that snap.
They asked her for her Snapchat and she said, I hate to say it, I hope I don't sound ridiculous. I don't know what my Snapchat is. Sorry to that Snapchat.
Sorry to that Snapchat.
I know that made Miss Palmer's fucking week. And also, my last fave, what question do you hate to answer? Are you pregnant? Get off my ovaries. I know that's motherfucking right.
Like, shut the fuck up. Another like random favorite of mine was when they asked her what grosses you out and she said people smacking when they eat.
Yes.
Because same, and also I feel like that's what this whole ASMR mukbang, watching people chew on YouTube thing is, and I despise it. Who wants to hear you eat?
Some people.
Right. But I think I was telling Fran, it must be like cilantro where it's just in your DNA that it tastes like soap to you. And so you just don't like it.
Because let me tell you something. That's why Chipotle can kiss my ass forever. Cilantro is the worst.
I don't like it.
It ruins a plate. Like you could put a piece of cilantro off to the side and I don't want to eat nothing next to it. Like, I hate it.
So I feel like the ASMR thing is similar where you either born liking those sounds or you're born just despising them.
There are some ASMR sounds that I get liking it. Eating is not one of them.
Yeah, I just cannot listen to people chew.
And even the people that do mukbang, but they don't like, because I guess mukbang exists outside of ASMR, where there's just people eating Popeyes or Joe's Crab Shack or whatever the fuck.
Right.
I don't get that either. Like, I don't understand why people just want to see others eat, but I also have never understood unboxings. And that's like one of the most popular things on YouTube is just watching people open a box.
Like a Sephora haul or something, or just like they got a box of presents and they're just opening the box.
It's like they order like the limited edition. I don't know. Let's say you ordered like Rihanna's book, that big fancy expensive book.
Oh, right.
It's just like people make videos of them getting the box and opening it and showing you everything that comes inside of it. And I guess talking about it. But like huge brands have been built on just basically showing you what they bought off Amazon. Anyway, so everything ain't for everybody.
Yeah. But these pictures are gorgeous. Melina absolutely did that. Oh
yeah.
I can't wait for this to come out. I love that she mentioned that she bought her brand back and took that risk on herself, just being like, you know what, Ivy Park is mine and whatever I do is going to be on me. So Yeah, I'm happy. I'm excited. I love that she included a question where somebody had asked her about like negativity or something. She was like, well, I'm human like everybody else. And I have to remind myself that I'm strong. I'm built for this. And thankfully, you know, I've been doing this for so goddamn long that what most of y'all say means nothing to me. I was like, you know what? Beyonce is always coming through with something that I can like live and get my life from.
I've just always believed her to, at the very least, have a strong, dedicated, and like trustworthy group chat. Just facts. Like,
absolutely.
Kelly, Solange, Angie, they're like in a chat somewhere just dragging y'all, and that's for them. And I feel like that and the peace of knowing that she's fucking Beyonce is probably a good head start ahead of motherfuckers like the rest of us who ain't trying to hear the fucking bullshit that you talking about or whoever, you know what I'm saying?
She probably got 3 phones, like one for business, one for people who think they're close to her, and then one for the people who actually are close to her. And just whatever mood she's in, that's the phone she uses.
And an iPad for shade.
The iPad is for Blue so that she can monitor all activities. The iPad is like the central device, and it's got all the iMessage accounts on it and everything. And that's where Blue Ivy monitors Beyonce to make sure she's not stepping out of line.
Moving on from that, and those of y'all who hate when we talk about Beyonce, but listen to this show
get the fuck over it. Beyonce is Beyonce.
So Moesha's coming back?
Oh no, it's not. Are you serious?
Oh, I could have made it. Oh my God, there was a wide open Dreamgirls transition here.
Moesha reboot.
Okay, so Sheryl Lee Ralph was having her Diva Foundation gala.
Of course she was.
Which, that lady is Dina. I stan Sheryl Lee Ralph like eternally.
Yeah, she's incredible.
So I was about to say Moesha.
Look at you.
Brandy was at the event. Oh God, let me Google. I was about to say the nigga that played Frank, but just out of respect, even though Frank Mitchell, literally one of the fucking
William
worst.
Allen Young.
Thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Because I put Frank Mitchell in.
Well, once you said that, I looked it up,
and the first thing that came up was a white criminal.
I was gonna say there have to be a million Frank Mitchells.
The Mad Axe Man.
Oh goddamn.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, some of our faves are gone, and I just don't know how they gonna handle that.
Yeah, right. But at this event on stage, Brandy said into Sheryl Lee Ralph's microphone
okay,
that a Moesha reboot is on the way.
Okay.
This is one of those things I feel like a lot of people are throwing the reboot thing in the air prematurely. And some of them make it to production, some of them don't. Like, they've thrown Sister reboot around a couple of times.
Right. They have.
And I feel like a lot of that has to do, a lot of the battle probably has to do with funding and convincing white people.
Okay.
But here's the next one up for grabs, I guess, girls and boys and non-binary
yes,
people.
That's individuals. That's right.
Or you could just say that. I don't want this.
Yeah, I'm not at all enthused about a Moesha reboot.
Like you've already pointed out, no Hakeem, no Andale.
No Bernie Mac. Even though he wasn't like a main character, but still.
Oh, no. Uncle Bernie is still Uncle Bernie.
Right.
He was Uncle Bernie on more than one show.
On his own show.
So, yeah. I mean,
I'm not against nobody getting their money. I'm never against that. But
yeah, absolutely
I just have very real reservations about how this is going to be done because I don't like most of the reboots any damn way.
It's hard. It's hard to
duplicate that magic. Like it was just such a 90s moment.
And that's exactly what I was just getting ready to say. Like, especially when you're pulling shit out of an era that is so contained in its own culture.
Right.
It's hard to bring that into today. To be honest with you, I don't care what Moesha is doing now. You know what I'm saying? I hated her then. You know, like, to be honest with you. I didn't hate her, but everybody knows that Moesha was trash. I always talk about how awful Moesha was. Lovingly, but she was terrible.
Yeah,
I mean,
she was a teenager, so she was kind of supposed to be.
Right, exactly. It was about her being imperfect and fucked up. And at least she was like very smart and driven and in many ways like a good example. But
Okay.
I don't really care what she's up to today. I don't want to like. I'd rather that shit just pop up on a Disney Plus or some other streaming shit and just let us watch what we liked than to try and do it again, because it's the reboot is hit or miss, and I feel like most of the time they're misses across the board. It doesn't matter which one they are. The like best case scenario in a reboot is that it reminds you of how good the original is and makes you want to go watch it again.
Well, yes.
And not all of them do that because they're bad.
Yeah.
Not all of them do that because they're bad.
That's fine.
Some of them, like a lot of people hated the Lion King remake or whatever that came out.
Oh, no.
And I felt like it was a nice reminder of how great Lion King is. Like it reminded, like it's not as good as the original for a million reasons. One of which is because it's not a cartoon.
Right.
So you can't have a tower of animals dancing atop one another because that don't make no damn sense.
Right. And not possible. So,
but it's a good reminder of a classic that's great. And that's like the best case scenario, I feel like, for a lot of these things. I would assume that Moesha's probably running a fucking magazine or something like that. And she probably a single mom. And, you know, cameo from Cheryl Lee Ralph, cameo from William and Countess, and maybe Shar.
I was about to say, who else is going to be on the show then? The little brother?
Yeah,
Like,
Marcus probably will pop up. Maybe Marcus lives with her.
Yep, to help her take care of the baby.
You know what I'm saying? He
work part-time sometimes.
I guess they got him back from Lil Eminem, whoever abducted him.
Oh, Lord.
Like, I don't need for this to happen, but I do also respect the grind and the commitment to getting paid.
Right. So, yeah, not thrilled about it, but I mean, I still will check it out just to give it a chance if this actually does come to fruition, because we've seen these stall out a lot. So we'll see if it actually does happen. But
they had a reunion of the cast on The Real, which I saw clips of on, I really just saw screenshots of it on the internet. I don't peruse The Real, and I didn't need to see this, but I was gonna call her Moesha again. I don't know. I never confuse her. I feel like it's just because of the topic or seeing her next to these people.
Gotta be.
But Brandy's here. Shirley Ralph is here. You have Countess. You have Shar. Obviously, Dorian. Ray J is there. Marcus Teapot. Like Frank. So, and they're actually like on the set or a recreation of the actual kitchen.
Oh, okay.
From the Mitchell household.
Sure.
So, I mean, at the very, maybe if they got that set, if they like somehow Moesha, you know, buys the house or moves back into the house or raises it, isn't that what they kind of did with Fuller House? Aren't they in the same ass house?
Yeah, it's like I don't know what happened past the first episode, even though you blacks who love Full House love to pop up periodically and let me know that you're still there. Okay. But yeah, they were still in the same house, and I think Kimmy Gibbler lived with her because they were both
I feel
single
like
moms.
That at least.
No, that's the Raven reboot. What is the
No, but didn't Kimmy, whatever.
It might be the same thing.
I know that in the Raven reboot, Annalise, what the fuck was her
Vanderpaul?
Yeah, what was her character's
Chelsea.
name? Chelsea did move in with her, I believe. And
she did. I actually watched the new Raven. Yeah. I love it.
But like the Fuller House, at least they had that to their advantage, having the familiarity of the set. Because as I said, this is all about nostalgia and reminding you about what you loved. You know? So if they are able to have this set and even some of that soft jazz ass, poetry slam ass, diary music.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
if there are enough elements,
everything's different.
It can be like a nice warm bowl of soup. But I don't know that this is necessary. So good luck to everybody involved. I even heard that Brandy and Ray J are doing they're like a group now. Is Brandy? Are you okay? See, I don't want to be unnecessarily shady or rude, but like, is everything okay over there? Is she on hard times? Why would you like come together and do a project with Ray J? Why not? I'm sorry. Did anybody ever really like just fuck with Ray J's music like that? I don't know a song besides One Wish. And,
exactly.
Wait a minute.
Right. Exactly. It's like I didn't ever consider them to be like on the same level vocally, even remotely. Not. So it's just like, why are you over here with this little boy? But I mean, that is her brother.
Ray J is the breadwinner.
Don't Ray J have enough problems with leaving Princess in Vegas with that baby and all that?
I just read that apparently she's filing for divorce, which sounds sad to me. I mean, I'm not going to shed no tears over it, but it's unfortunate they just had a kid.
I mean, right. I was going to say, if she's not still pregnant, then she just had that baby.
Oh, no, isn't she pregnant with another one?
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Like, she's pregnant right now, super pregnant.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot about that.
So, I mean, and for a woman who has like a toddler and to be pregnant to divorce you, shit has got to be bad.
I know, Shady, you already married to Ray J.
I mean, and since we watched Ray J disrespect you for years on that TV show, I don't know what you thought was going to happen. I don't know what you thought was going to happen.
Sony didn't like you. Brandy didn't see it.
And don't they still
trying
have
to keep your head above water? No, I feel like the family has been... from what I've seen, and I can't say that I've seen all of them together in ages, but I do think that I remember after she had that baby that everybody was playing nice.
I mean, children do have a tendency to make adults like get over their shit, but we'll see if that actually happens.
Good luck to everybody. If Countess Von ain't on the fucking show, though, good luck.
Yeah, then keep it.
Because honestly, without Kim
it's already
Parker,
bad enough without Andale. It's already bad enough without Andale.
No, Kim and Niecy need to be regulars.
They do.
If they're not,
they need to be like Amy's to these kids.
Care.
Yes,
like,
they do.
I flat out do not give a fuck if Kim and Niecy are not series regulars.
Did Frank retire from the Saturn dealership? I do want to know that.
Maybe he got Miles running it terribly.
There you go. Oh, right, because he owned it, right?
He could have Miles and Dorian running it together terribly, since they're both his sons.
I mean, but I just don't think Frank Mitchell would let somebody who was fucking up continue to have a job.
I mean, there could be all kinds of reasons why he just can't do it no more. Or he just don't want to do it no more. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he and Dee have retired.
Oh, yeah, Dee made him retire.
Moved to Malibu.
They live in Jamaica now. She was like, I stayed in America, and now we're going to my home. And so we rarely see them.
I feel like we need to be in the room.
Hire us. UPN, whoever's putting this back on.
UPN.
You know what I mean.
You are the most disrespectful bitch.
Niggas go now. Leave me alone.
So I put this into Hot Tops for my own personal pleasure. It's really not that deep, but I find it hilarious.
Okay.
Have you heard why Keyshia Cole may be upset with rapper OT Genesis?
I do not. I did not hear that she was upset, but I did see that video, and it is iconic.
This is one of the best things that has ever happened to me.
It is the best shit. Anyway, I'm gonna let you do it.
So, rapper OT Genesis, frequently featured as a dance break in Beyonce's tours.
I was gonna say, yeah, Beehive is the Getting to the Money dance break. If you don't know who that is, otherwise.
This nigga decided to create.
Every time I think about it, are you gonna play the video?
Yes.
Thank God.
Of course I am. This nigga, for whatever inexplicable reason, created a Crip version to Keyshia Cole's song Love. It is one of... I want you guys to know that you can't see this, but there is a video to go with it. I urge you.
You have to go
find it at your quickest opportunity.
Oh, yes.
To have the joy that I have.
There's so many incredible moments in this video. But for me, it was like, so this is really real.
Like,
OT Genesis really did this.
You did this.
You went in the studio and then you shot a video.
You shot a video. Like,
I mean, and the video might have taken
on location
all of 30 minutes, but still.
For this.
Throwing up the Crip.
One of the best things.
Them C's. Oh, God.
So I just want to share this, the audio at the very least.
Yes, God.
With you all today. So here it is. Woo. OT Genesis Love. The cover. You better sing.
so I could talk him out, and it's killing me.
He's singing his heart out and brandishing a firearm.
What you see in Cud takes me out.
I'm blown. Honestly,
and he is singing. Okay,
I honestly want to purchase this on iTunes. Like, this is one of the best.
So I had to
things
save
I've
the
ever
video
heard.
to my phone so that I'll never ever be without it. It's so fucking good. I was blown away, my nigga.
This.
Woo. Why is she mad? Her streams probably went up behind this.
Now here's the thing. Oh my God. Here's the thing. And Keyshia has me blocked, but I hear.
Oh, I think she has me blocked too. Let me look.
I understand where she's coming from. I understand. I don't. I struggled with this because I said I understand where she's coming from because it is a song that she, recorded, I assume wrote. And this was like the beginning of her fucking career as well.
Right.
So who knows what kind of mindset she was in when she was recording that fucking song and all of that other stuff. Only for this nigga to randomly turn it into some gangbanging shit. So I understand her being fucking annoyed by it. But I think what really set her were how many people were tweeting that they were never going to be able to hear that song the same ever again.
I won't either.
She put so many fuming emojis over you niggas' tweets talking about how that song ruined love for you for the rest of your life. She even said that she's going to be taking it off of iTunes soon.
Damn, she's mad.
Like, she's not having, and that lady just had a baby too, so she's probably just over everybody's shit.
Keyshia, that song is gone as well. Like, it belongs to the people now, girl. You can take it off of iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify. We will still know it. We
Another
will still
thing
have
Beyonce
it.
mentioned in her album.
Yes, she said she
Once
gets her
it's
shit
out there,
together, and once you release that art, it is no longer
It's
yours.
not yours now.
So
Now
I would have been. You could have taken this, posted it on your own Instagram.
I would have done that.
You should have done that.
That's what I'm saying. I feel like I understand where she was coming from, but doing the putting myself in her position shoes was hard because with the sense of humor I have,
Right.
I find it hard to not have laughed.
I would have
I
lived
would have
for this.
been crying, my nigga, breastfeeding and cackling at the same time.
I love that shit.
That was so funny to me.
Yeah, I mean,
why, sir? Why?
I guess I don't even really understand why she was mad in the first place. Like, I
mean,
hear
I
what
get
you're
it.
saying, but that just feels really foreign to me. Like, it's not like this man is trying to say that his version is better than yours or anything. It's clearly like, if anything, it's like this song is so iconic in Black culture that he was like, you know what the perfect fucking beat is for me to let out this banging ass, violent ass shit. Like, I would have just been honored from the very beginning because it's
What?
hilarious.
This nigga,
He's not even trying to sing well.
this nigga was high in the studio
Had to be in.
and did this joking, and someone told him to get in the
Yeah.
booth. I
You see,
swear.
He didn't do the whole song. I was really waiting on the second verse.
He was in the studio. Them niggas were cracking up, and they said, "Get in the booth and do it." And he just took it a few steps further than that afterward. And I love it. Like, this shit was hilarious.
It was.
It was so.
What you see in Cud, you don't see in me. Bitch, how can you not love it?
And he's like
Y'all have
belting.
to go watch it right. And not like he cannot sing. It's so bad.
And the thing about it is, like, I'm just gonna say it. Love in itself is already a ridiculous and very extra song.
I don't like it.
It's my least favorite Keyshia Cole song.
That run, I hate it so much.
I've never liked that part.
Ugh, I hate it.
I've cared for the production and everything leading up to that yodeling. So the fact,
yes, that is real.
the fact that it's that song, this
It's perfect, honestly. If you
OT
ask me.
Genesis doesn't owe me any
Not one
change.
more thing.
Like,
Not one more
nothing.
thing. Keyshia didn't get me on board until I changed my mind. That's when I was like, oh, okay.
Ooh, and
so
that
the
might have
Love
been
Girl is
before.
not that annoying.
I think I Changed My Mind came out before Love did.
Did it?
I feel like I Changed My Mind was like maybe one of her first singles.
I don't
if
know
not
which
the
one.
first.
I don't remember which one
That
was
is
first, but
still a song.
yeah, that song is
still
I have
a
to
fucking
pretend
vibe.
Kanye did not produce it because it
don't.
is so good. It is just, but yeah, Love has always been awful. And I feel like OT Genesis really, gave niggas something they want to hear. Like,
He gave Crip something.
Keisha, lean into it, girl. It ain't no point in blocking people because they love this.
Slow motion Crip walks
He did.
on a ballad.
I just don't know how you can't love it, but okay.
Wow, that was
To
great.
each their own.
Speaking of singers from the early 2000s, Ashanti has joined the Millennium Tour 2020.
Okay.
Omarion posted on his Instagram, so excited to announce that Ashanti will be joining the Millennium Tour lineup with your pre-sale code and all of that fun stuff. And I just love that on the flyer, they just added her off to the side, like a slightly bigger version of the boys.
Okay.
And she has on these shades and her hands up almost in a way. It just almost looks as if she's saying like, I guess I'll do this too. Something
Me as
about it
well.
was like, she looks like slightly grossed out by the presence of these niggas, but also ready to perform. And I'll just also say that something about Ashanti joining this tour legitimizes it for me.
Yeah, because I mean, the tour already desperately needed women, and I wouldn't be mad if the girls who were popping in the early 2000s
Do one of
did
their
that.
own.
Right, one of their own. But like, she fits in perfectly with what's going on here. Like, that was her fucking era.
A bit
so.
too perfectly, to be honest. I mean, I think that Ashanti joining this tour got me to realize that I damn sure would have rather seen B2K again than see Omarion and Bow Wow. And I understand what Omarion has to do for his petty, and I respect that.
Me too.
I respect
And doing it on the nigga's
that.
birthday, that's beautiful.
You gave them niggas their tour.
That's
You know what I'm
beautiful.
saying?
You did.
Would there have been a tour if you didn't agree to go on it
of
with
course
them?
not.
No.
We all know
Were you
that.
on Love and Hip Hop with them niggas when they came up with that tour? No.
So,
No.
So.
And you were gracious enough to do that shit anyway. So I understand the business that you have to take care of. What I'm saying though is, Bow Wow has to get his money. Also a father, also on reality TV. So we understand.
I need him to do all his really old shit.
That's the problem for me. I don't know how to process this nigga performing Take You Home at
Right.
32 years old. I just, I would rather Bow
Or
Wow.
Puppy Love.
Right.
Bark on, baby. I just don't know that this is gonna. Bark on, baby. Bark on. Bark on.
Like, what are you perform? And I don't remember none of them songs that they had on that joint album.
Yeah. Oh, no, I didn't listen to that.
I would rather hear Bow Wow do some brand new, never heard freestyles over current beats and old beats. I would than have to deal with the awkwardness of seeing this nigga doing Bounce with me at my age. I don't, you don't even have the signature cornrows anymore. I don't know how I feel about that. So as long as Ashanti ain't about to scoot her ass across the stage like she did on the Queen Latifah show or
I
whatever
don't think
show
she'll
that
ever
was.
scoot again. I don't think she will ever scoot again in her black ass life.
Because I mean, shade
Not after
aside,
what you
Mama
niggas
has
have done.
songs. She's got a catalog.
Oh, she definitely does.
So she needs to be going on before the headliners.
Absolutely has a. Right, she needs to be the one who's on right before. Are Omarion and what's his face
Bow Wow?
co-headlining?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. I
Because
don't
they're
know.
at the tippity top of this flyer.
I mean, I
Omarion,
kind of
Bow Wow.
feel like now I want to go see it.
So, independent survey for me. Those of you, and be honest, who stand Bow Wow back when Bow Wow was a thing.
You mean like Bow Wow versus Lil Romeo, or just Bow Wow?
No, I mean that you just stand Bow Wow,
Okay.
period.
All right.
Back when, we were younger and whatnot. Are you interested in seeing that nigga perform anywhere? Not even just going to this tour. I want to know how many of you, even for nostalgia's sake, want to see a Bow Wow performance. And I'm asking people who stand him specifically.
Right.
Because it's not fair to just be like, oh yeah, I liked one or two songs, or I saw Like Mike.
Yeah.
I want to know how motherfuckers that were like, because and now don't act quiet. Okay, that nigga was running out of malls and shit.
Yes.
Like the Beatles. So
I mean, I used to really love Bow Wow, but I'm stuck because like he's gotten so corny in his adulthood.
that
so
doesn't help.
That does not help. And then again, a lot of these songs are like very childish because he's a child, and it's like, do I really? But then a part of me is like, bitch, it's fucking Bow Wow. Like, go for little you who would have never been allowed to go to no damn Bow Wow concert or any kind of concert. Like, just go, and if it's shitty, then oh well, you can see Ashanti or whoever. I'm looking up the lineup now to see who else.
Oh yeah, I mean, you've got Ashanti, you've got Lloyd, you've
and
got
Ashanti
Sammy,
can still sing, right?
You've got the Yin Yang Twins. Yeah, Ashanti can still sing.
See, I love most of those acts. I think I'm gonna go.
I mean, Soulja Boy will be there apparently, but Pretty Ricky have a couple of nice records.
Yeah, see, the thing
and
is,
that's it for now.
If all these randos just do the 1 to 4 songs we really know them for, then this show would be great.
And I mean, how long could each of these sets be? There's so many acts.
Exactly. So I think Lloyd has that one song I really like that is so vulgar.
I could probably name 3 Lloyd. I could probably name 3 Lloyd songs that could be his set.
I'm trying to.
I could give
Dedication to My Ex is the one that I like.
The Lloyd song?
Yes, but I only like the clean version. And that's the only song that I prefer the clean over the explicit.
Thinking back to it, I understand.
The explicit is ridiculous.
5-2.
Right.
And then
whatever that song is really called.
All I really wanted.
That's him?
What song is called again?
Pay to Play?
Get It Shawty.
Get It Shawty.
Woo! A bop.
Yes.
And I give Lloyd like a new song,
Wait, didn't he have Braid My Hair? Who was Braid My Hair?
Nigga, that was motherfucking Mario.
Mario. They should find Mario.
And I said motherfucking because I was trying to remember his name.
Put Mario on this fucking tour, and I'm definitely
I'm actually
going.
Kind of shocked that he's not on the tour.
Right.
He would fit in great here.
Find him. Oh, maybe Omarion don't like him either. We don't know. That might be it.
This might be just the few niggas that get along left.
Yeah, nobody said, and Yin Yang Twins, bitch, I'm going to get my life.
Now, Yin Yang Twins need to be given at least a solid 5 to 6 records.
Yes, exactly.
Like, let's not play game. Okay, let's just go for it. Okay, let's just go for it. Soulja Boy up first, do the woo. You could pregame. You could be the pregame shit.
Right.
Then I would go Sammy.
Okay.
Then I would probably go Pretty Ricky. Then I would go Lloyd. Then I would go Yin Yang
Twins.
Then I would go Ashanti. Then I would go Omarion.
Right. Bow Wow doesn't have to come on stage at all. But
Bow Wow was implied.
Right. So, but again, it might really be dope. I don't know. But there's enough.
Think of the last time I heard a comment about a Bow Wow performance.
Well, when was the last time Bow Wow was asked to perform?
Growing up hip hop?
Okay. See, so no. But there's enough rest of the show to where I would still feel like I got my money's worth.
There's enough rest of the show.
Especially with Ashanti and the Yin Yang Twins, there's enough left here for me to. So, you know what? Let me stop bullshitting and get my tickets. I'm going.
Yeah, like
Let me not front.
I'm not even going to front. Like her being thrown up where I was like, okay, this could be a time.
Yeah.
Now we've got a good portion of music that I can remember and enjoy.
And I can let go of whatever, ridiculous Beyonce versus Ashanti stan bullshit was going on back then, because it's clear how that shook out.
I'm there too.
So
I stopped taking that seriously.
That is just not right. Ago. Ashanti still had bops, and that's that.
That's good enough.
Just like Carrie Hilson has some songs that are good.
Especially if she's about to perform songs that she also wrote or sang back up on.
Oh.
Because if Ashanti gives us a shady little J-Lo mini set,
oh shit,
I'm gonna stand up. I'm not even gonna front. Just on some general principle shit.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, speaking of B2K, apparently April Jones was spotted in the club with some nigga that's not Lil Fizz, looking a little too comfortable.
Of course.
Some nigga named FBG Baby Goat. I am not spoiling or leaking a new episode of the Boondocks. But that is his name.
But is the BG Baby Goat?
FBG Baby Goat.
Oh,
and you know what? Maybe it is. That's his name. He's one of Future's artists.
His record label is also FBG Baby Goat.
Oh, so maybe that's what it is. Free bands
Goat?
G?
Free bands Baby Goat? What nigga shit is this? Future has artists?
Yeah, he's got a label with a whole bunch of artists.
Oh God.
I mean, I knew that he had a label called, I knew what Free Bands was, but I didn't know about any of the artists on it.
Okay.
But apparently FBG Baby Goat is one of them and was photographed in a club or a party or something, and he's with April Jones and they look too comfortable or whatever.
Okay, so FBG the movie is an album by Future, and it stands for Free Band Gang. So it must be Free Band Gang Baby
We're not
Goat.
talking about the BFG classic story of a big and friendly giant. We are in fact talking about
what the fuck kind of name is Baby Goat? What is happening?
I don't know.
With these young people.
When I read that, I was like, what the fuck are rap names?
Yeah.
Like when I was a kid, we just had a whole bunch of silly Lils.
Right?
Scrappy, Flip, Twist.
Nothing too crazy.
Now they have like an acronym and then just any old thing after
it's
it.
like their house and then some ridiculous name. It's like the FBG is like the ASAP.
Or the YBN. I can't keep up.
Right.
I don't know what's going on.
Okay. Well,
but yeah, he came out afterwards.
Oh, she kissing this nigga forehead.
It looks like she's either kissing. I'm out of fairness. She could be whispering to him. Like she could be trying to say something to him if they're in a loud place. Right. But either way, it doesn't look good, and it doesn't matter what they're really doing because the internet's going to run with what they want to. And we already didn't respect y'all. Just
and
based off of,
didn't expect this to stay. I didn't expect y'all to be together for no significant amount of time anyway.
Baby Goat responded on his own Instagram saying,
"Oh my God,
man, keep my name out y'all blogs and keep y'all bitches on the leash." So.
Oh shit! That is so fucking disrespectful.
I mean, wow.
God damn, April, sis, look at your life.
And he has countless photos on his page of just bare booty cheeks.
Damn.
All different flavors of butt cheek on his page.
Keep your bitch on a leash is so fucking disrespectful.
It's literally one of the rudest things you can say.
Cannot, yo.
And that's somebody's mama too.
I mean,
they're not old enough to fight you yet, but
somebody gonna have to slap you. That is the
like even Omarion should be upset about that.
Keep your bitch on a leash. Meaning if you don't want her over here, then okay, this is too much. No, delete it.
So let's talk about Lando Calrissian, better known as Billy Dee Williams.
A lot happened in like 5 days. Niggas thought we had a new icon.
I hate y'all so much. This nigga was just talking, just speaking his truth. And okay.
Yes.
So Billy Dee Williams was speaking to Esquire, I believe. And he basically spoke candidly about being in touch with his femininity as well as masculinity and not really identifying too closely to either one of them, which led to discussion of Billy Dee Williams being gender fluid.
Right.
Which of course led to many of you, most of you niggas, who assume that means Billy Dee Williams was coming out as gay.
Yeah, which is...
Or bisexual or something.
Not what was said.
And it's like, this is why you should just listen to what motherfuckers be talking about. Right. So you won't be out here sounding dumb and confusing this poor old man about like what the fuck he was trying to say. Billy Dee Williams had to come back out and be like, well, I'm not gay. Like that's not what I was trying to say. But people with sense know that's not what you were trying to say, sir.
Sexuality was not even remotely brought up. Not even a little bit.
He had to say, okay, so here's what he told the Undefeated. First, he said, first of all, I asked last night, I said, what the hell is gender fluid?
Which is exactly what I would expect him to say.
I can hear it coming out of Billy Dee Williams' mouth. I totally hear that man being
what the fuck are y'all talking about?
What are these niggas talking about?
Agenda who?
So then he goes on to say, what I was talking about was about men getting in touch with the softer side of themselves. He talks about Carl Jung and the theory of collective unconsciousness and animus versus anima. Like this whole theory of basically femininity being a subconscious thing in men, masculinity being a subconscious construct in women, and how really it all kind of boils down to the fact that we're weaker for not acknowledging both sides of ourselves as individuals,
it's
but nobody gets into the depth of that part.
Right.
Anyway, that's what he says he was talking about, and goes on to say, I wasn't talking about sex. I wasn't talking about being gay or straight. People should read. I mean, it wouldn't be... He doesn't say people should read, period. It says in brackets, young. So I don't know. Maybe he did say people should read, and
maybe he meant the book,
right? But
I wish he would have just left it right there.
Right,
though,
me
because
too.
That's plenty.
It's
people
enough.
should read.
I mean, it would be an interesting education for a lot of people. No, I'm not gay by any stretch of the imagination. Not that I have anything against gay people, but personally, I'm not. So,
oh man,
I feel like it wasn't long ago. Maybe I was talking about Tank. I don't know who I was talking about, but I know I have come on this fucking podcast before and talked about how desperately we need to allow men of all sexual identities, gender identities,
backgrounds,
to be able to openly discuss these things without us immediately shooting the fag dart into the side of their goddamn necks. Like, god damn. Like, niggas are talking about basic shit. You ask Tank if another nigga is gay for saying that he once sucked a dick and didn't like it. And then because a nigga told you maybe not, Tank is gay. Like, you don't... It's
everything is gay to these niggas.
Fucking ridiculous. And then y'all be dating niggas that are bi and have all kinds of traumas and confusions when it comes to their own sexual orientation or identity and shit like that. And you blaming you blaming motherfuckers who out and proud out here walking around for your trait at home who doesn't know how to fucking be honest with you about who the fuck he is. Yikes. And at the same goddamn time, you don't give no nigga the room to just talk about the shit. Nobody was talking about dicks, ass, sex, nothing. The nigga was just talking about how he is not ashamed of having a softer side and maybe wearing something that Nene also has in her closet. I don't know, because they both seem like they might like a flowy number. You know, Nene loves a poncho.
No, she does. She loves a nice caftan.
It's like, we are doing such a disservice to the entire community by not giving niggas the room to just discuss these things without jumping directly down their throat with assumptions that they're gay or bisexual or whatnot. Like, niggas can't, and we're not even talking about like social stuff. Niggas can't even talk about like what shoe they wear maybe, or what their favorite drink is, or what they like to watch on TV. Like, any basic shit that has nothing to do with any of that shit without their sexuality being called into question.
Yeah.
But then y'all be afraid that you dating a nigga that's gay or whatever, or, wondering why your son or cousin or nephew don't just come out. Bitch! Listen to your stupid ass, bitch. What the fuck? What are you talking about? You fucking sound dumb.
Oh, shit.
Not only y'all, but the same motherfuckers who threw gender fluid in this nigga's mouth where he ain't ever even heard of the fucking shit. Like, everybody calm down and sit down and shut the fuck up and acknowledge that you motherfuckers don't know a goddamn thing, just like I don't. Like, what?
That was a lot. It was a lot. When I read it, I was like, do y'all know how old Billy Dee Williams is? I really doubt this is some massive coming out moment. Like, what? That man's just talking about, reading books and being enlightened and not hating himself, not subscribing to whatever y'all think masculinity should be, which is why you think he's gay. It's like anybody who steps outside the society's very rigid idea of what a man is or should be that's just a faggot. Like, automatically. Like, no matter what. And
I've said it
was
before.
Absurd.
It's like the bounds for black men specifically
so narrow
exist within this stone cold, narrow-minded, emotionless place.
Right.
And then you wonder why we're in the state that we're fucking in, like within the community itself.
You wonder why they struggle to communicate or truly get close or show emotion, be vulnerable, because you don't fucking let them cry without calling them gay or soft or sissies.
Because sexuality aside,
Right.
we're raising niggas to not have emotion or feelings or be comfortable to express them regardless of what the direction is.
Right.
It's insane.
It is. Like, they're still, just because they have penises doesn't mean they aren't human beings. Like, do you know this about them? Do you get it? It's just it's beyond my understanding that y'all would like rather force children. And then you wonder why people are so deeply unhappy as adults. It's like, even if this boy was straight and was always going to be straight, you still showed him over and over through words and actions that it was not okay for him to show any kind of emotion or be vulnerable in any way.
And that's why we champion motherfuckers like Gabrielle Union and Dwayne Wade and other parents, famous and non-famous, that are clearly making the effort to like break cycles.
Yes.
To do things differently and set an example, regardless of how your child identifies in whatever field. Like, just give Black human beings the room to feel and grow and express and discuss without immediately battering the fuck out of them. White people do that enough. My God. It's exhausting. It was so upsetting to have to deal with. How old is Billy Dee Williams?
I would say in his 60s.
No, I don't.
Let's see.
Billy Dee Williams is 82.
Holy shit. Black people are incredible. Wow. Wow.
This 82.
Y'all thought this 82-year-old man
has lived through it all. This man has given so much to entertainment. This man has bust his ass in countless classic film shows, has been a sex symbol, done all of this shit just for him to say, well, you know what? I don't have a problem wearing an ascot. And now all of a sudden, he got to come back out and clarify because you niggas are dumb. Because you niggas are dumb. Not because he misspoke. This poor man feel like, did I say something wrong? No, you goddamn didn't. You didn't say anything incorrectly. People are just fucking dumb.
Wow.
And that is my read. So, okay.
That wraps up this week's episode of the Read.
We have a couple more things in the
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh, really? Oh, shit. Okay. Real quick. 2 people clarifying things. Justin Timberlake. Oh, actually, I'm going to skip this next
That's
one.
a lie.
Justin Timberlake gave an iOS press release.
Oh, okay.
On his Instagram. Last week, we discussed him getting locked off of some absinthe down in New Orleans, I believe it was. And getting a little too hands-on with his co-star, Alicia Wainwright, I think her name is. Pretty light-skinned girl. So this is what he says on Instagram. I stay away from gossip as much as I can, but for my family, I feel it is important to address recent rumors that are hurting the people I love, which tells me Jessica Biel was like,
this one's not going away.
Right now.
Fix it.
You get on there. So help, why people say, love saying so help me God, or so help me God.
She wasn't even gonna wait for the publicist to put something out. She said, right fucking now.
He said, a few weeks ago, I displayed a strong lapse in judgment. But let me be clear, nothing happened between me and my co-star. I drank way too much that night and I regret my behavior, which we spoke about. Because my nigga, again, if they didn't see the video, they should. Because you were clearly blasted. I should have known better. This is not the example I want to set for my son. I apologize to my amazing wife and my family for putting them through such an embarrassing situation, and I am focused on being the best husband and father I can be. This was not that. I am incredibly proud to be working on Palmer. I forgot that's the name of the movie again. I was like, what the fuck does Kiki have to do with this? Looking forward to continuing to make this movie and excited for people to see it. So,
womp.
Jessica told him to hit the interwebs and clarify it, and don't ever let her catch you on no bullshit like that again.
Whatever, Justin.
And I also didn't believe that there was anything too deep. But it, like you mentioned, and we've said with a lot of other women in entertainment that this has happened to, you have embarrassed me.
Right. Like, you embarrassed me. Why? You're in public in New fucking Orleans.
If you and I worked at Kroger or Publix or something and we were just regular folk, it would just be me beating your ass.
Right.
But now everybody
is in my
talking
fucking
about
business.
This, so fix it.
We got an email from somebody who used to work at the Bowery Hotel in Soho and said that they have seen Justin Timberlake kissing women many times. women who were not his wife. So, you know, we just gonna leave that right where it's at.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, last but not least,
Right, because what you supposed to do with that? I don't not believe it, but you know, okay.
well, I guess you know where not to go back to, JT.
The Bowery got their eyes on you.
But girl, if you really in a hotel just kissing on people.
All right. I mean, the thing is, you're clearly doing that in a place where cameras are present or people are present.
That's why we were saying, for all we know, they could be separated. They could be like, anything could be happening.
Honestly, that's what I thought. But no, he's just fucking lazy. Wow. Doing this shit in public is what I don't understand. How T.I. of you.
And really, when I said 3, it's because Offset was going to be next. But I mean, do we really need to go there?
And he made that beautiful song about that girl. I really thought he was like head over heels, like infatuated with her. Justin did.
What song?
On the 2020 Experience, Mirrors. I love that song.
It's like a mirror.
Yes. My mirror stand back at me. Yes. I thought it was such a gorgeous song. I was like, damn, this nigga must be infatuated with her. Yeah.
I was somewhere shopping the other day and that song came on and I was like, oh my God, I forgot how much I love this record.
I forgot how much I love that album. It is really fucking good. I had to go back and listen to it again.
Shout out to Timberlake. You do great things.
Yeah, you do, sir.
Last but not least, for whatever fucking reason, Nick Cannon and Eminem
I won't do that.
Are a beef thing again in the streets?
I actually will not do that. I will not listen to no Nick Cannon release diss record, nor Eminem, actually, to be honest, in 2019.
What's in the water in Hollywood? Is everybody okay?
Right? Are niggas bored? What is going on here? For what? Oh, because didn't Eminem make another record about Mariah?
Yes.
And okay, so now Nick is coming out. Okay, Mariah's like, look, all I want for Christmas is you is back in the top 5. I don't have time for whatever the fuck you're doing.
All I want for Christmas is for you to shut the fuck up.
Actually, we need to get Mariah to #1 this year. Let me start streaming like I did Old Town.
I mean, it's a classic. I woke up to that fucking album religiously. That and The Preacher's Wife for like many of my childhood years. And so I don't know Christmas without it.
I really do love that song. It's just a great song.
So Eminem was on some Fat Joe record because I guess Fat Joe has a new album out with Dre from Cool and Dre, whatever. And Mary J. Blige and Eminem are on a song together. And I'm really upset that they have Mary J. Blige in the middle of this fucking bullshit. Oh,
Lord, no.
But on the song, Eminem takes shots at Mariah Carey again. And Nick Cannon says something about, I don't want to read this.
I mean, you don't have to.
Right, I'm not gonna. So he says something about Nick and Mariah again, and I'm just so confused because Obsessed was a decade ago.
Right.
Like, Obsessed, the song where Mariah Carey was responding to Eminem continuously bringing her up.
Right.
Was a decade ago.
I guess she wasn't lying.
What the fuck?
Because for you to still be on this shit, bruh.
You had nothing else to rap about?
Hold on. Does this say 2003? Ain't no way.
What?
It ain't no way Obsessed came out in 2003.
It came out in 2009.
I was about to say, it ain't no fucking way.
No, it was 2000.
Like, that is... Okay, but still, like, regardless, what are you doing here? What are you doing here?
Many a moon ago.
Yeah.
So
that woman has children. What are you doing?
It's just so... And Monroe and Moroccan could beat your ass at this point. Like, them kids about to be 6'5".
Okay.
I'm sure they fully have hands. I don't like... What?
I mean, you actually can't even get close to Monroe and Moroccan. The security detail alone.
Blown. Right. You have to go through, like...
No.
5-6 worlds.
You're not doing right. You're not doing it. You're not doing it.
So, that has now led us to a Nick Cannon diss record that starts with a prologue from Suge Knight.
Why? Okay.
Because they're in business together. And,
right. That's how he's doing his movie.
I guess that was his way of really
legitimizing this, because I can't imagine a Nick Cannon verse is good.
Bad.
Of course it is.
It's bad. But at the same time,
lyrics.
I understand where you're coming from and I respect what the fuck you had to do.
Did he defend Mariah?
Unravel your fucking turban, my nigga, and drag that white man to hell and back if that's what the fuck you got to do. My favorite line, or really the only line I like, was where Nick says, finally on beat, my baby mama killed you off a decade ago.
Oh, yes.
And you still crying about it, bitch. Now who really the hoe? So good for you.
Well, that's
as rap goes, I'll take it. All of this is dumb. You're all parents of people that, will probably soon have kids of their own. So let's stop. This is dumb. And I blame Marshall first.
Well, yeah, because he's the one who put this out there for like conceivably no reason. It just don't make sense.
Somebody else's fucking song. And boo to Fat Joe as well for even allowing this nigga going on Sway talking about something. It's disrespectful. He not right. He hasn't rhymed like this in a long time or whatever the fuck. You know that nigga was coming at Mariah Carey on your song. You cool with that?
Right.
Okay.
Again, Mariah was like I said, the Christmas anthem that I wrote is back in the top 5, so I'll be focused on being rich.
I'm not even reading texts from either one of you niggas.
Like, I'm literally not. Nick I guess he comes and gets these kids once a month.
I think she's still dating that young Asian dancer.
Oh, is she? Mm-hmm. Dating.
And he's fine.
Getting the best dick of her life, I bet. Mariah's like, I literally am on top of the fucking world and have been since the 90s. So
I'm sorry.
If y'all could just take this somewhere.
Have you forgotten that it's
you can go play
literally
Obsessed
my
again.
season?
Like, I already replied. You can just go stream Obsessed. If she tweeted stream Obsessed, I would faint.
If she posts a clip of that video on Instagram, doesn't like the Eminem lookalike get hit by a bus at the end?
Something like that. I don't really remember.
Because it was very much, it was like a Mean Girl. That's so crazy to think that Obsessed, that video and song was kind of a Mean Girls spin. A little bit of it was based on Mean Girls. But I'm pretty sure there's a bit at the end where Eminem gets hit by the bus like Regina George does. If she were to put that on Instagram and say Stream Obsessed, celebrate the 10 years or some shit like that.
Right.
And that
would be incredible.
Because that would be like a baby nail in the coffin. Like that's an effortlessness. And that in itself is saying there's nothing else to talk about.
Right. Like I already said it. You're still pressed.
How are we
behind me
later? Like you that desperate for us to talk about you? Like you're a talented rapper.
I mean, he used to be. I haven't heard an Eminem song I liked in a long time.
Well, I haven't heard an Eminem song in a long time.
See, there's that too.
Because I don't listen to Eminem on purpose. So,
okay.
I know that he put out an album or so, but I just haven't. You know what I mean? But I still acknowledge him as a talented rapper. I can't imagine why the fuck you needed to bring up Mariah Carey besides to try and relive those old days when you were popping and often discussed for the controversial, crazy shit that you rapped about and the people that you would play. Like Eminem really was discussed large in part. Yes, he was talented as a rapper and things like that, and his story was interesting. But besides talking about killing his mama and baby mama and all of that other shit, he would talk about how much he hated Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and Pink and whoever the fuck.
Oh yeah, he came after all the girls, right?
And how much he just could not stand these pop stars.
Yeah.
So
for being young girls making pop music and having fun and being rich.
So more of that, I guess.
Like Eminem has always, I thought, or at least back in the day, been very talented and used that talent to be really fucking awful as a human being. Like, so, never could really stand, but this is just so dumb, and I'm gonna need you to not waste Mariah's time.
One of my cousins was a big Eminem fan, like during his second album era, and would like try to get me to listen to it too. And I remember being like, I don't want to listen to this. That Kim song, I
was like, how is he out here with the rest of us?
Honestly, I'm concerned for you.
Right. If you can identify with that kind of anger, you need to see somebody.
I don't know. I want to sleep over here now.
We staying up, making sure that nigga go to sleep first.
I'm hiding the knives before we go to bed.
Because you look right.
No, what you going through here?
Woo, Jalay. Let it go.
Yeah, this is stupid.
Find something else to do.
Grow up.
Good
That's
grief.
it for the Hot Tops this week. Let's take a break. So thrifting can be fun, but spending hours sifting through racks cannot, especially when the holidays are busy as it is. ThredUp makes it easy to get thrift store pricing with the convenience of online shopping, which is one of my favorite goddamn things to do. ThredUp is the world's largest online thrift store. It's on a mission to help you be the kinder person to your wallet and a kinder person to the planet this season, which we desperately need. Shop today for an extra 30% off your first order at thredup.com/read. You can discover millions of secondhand finds from trendy brands of all kinds, all up to 90% off estimated retail. And instead of spending hours at the racks, you can shop millions of deals on your phone, computer, wherever, at any time. You can personalize your search by budget, size, styles, and favorite brands to find exactly what it is that you're looking for real quick and easy like.
That's right. All the items are also in high quality condition. Some of them even still have the tags on. Plus, probably most importantly, ThredUp is a sustainable and more affordable way to get through the season. Why spend hundreds or thousands of dollars on new stuff if you don't have to?
Exactly.
For our listeners, here's a little extra something for your holiday. Get 30% off your first order at thredup.com/read. That's right. 30% off your first order at thredup.com/read. Go shopping. All right, let's get back to the show.
So, time for some listener letters.
That is right. Send your questions to asktheread@gmail.com. We may read them aloud on the show.
I forgot Billy Dee Williams was in Batman.
We're, which Batman?
Like the first,
the real
Jack
old
Nicholson one.
Wow.
From the 80s.
Oh, okay. I did not see
Y'all
that
better
one.
get the fuck off Billy Dee Williams. Goddamn.
The first one I saw, it was some other white man who was Batman, but it was in the 90s.
No, that one was not the first one I saw, but it's like the first.
Okay. Got you.
Whatever.
So yeah, also we will be doing a mailbag episode soon to get through the holidays. So if you have a question that you have been delaying, might as well send it in now.
And I know some of y'all be thinking twice.
Right.
3 times delayed.
Y'all really do. Okay. So, let's see. Where shall we start on today? Let's start with the baby daddy question.
Okay.
This is from Grace, who says, I had a set of twins in April of this year with a man who I was not in a relationship with prior to me getting pregnant.
Wow.
Basically, we were just sleeping together and going out here and there, but I ended up pregnant.
Happens.
I am 28 years old, and these are both of our first children. He is hardworking, super sweet, and all around a great guy.
At least there's that.
He's supportive and wants me to not work and support me and the kids for the first 3 years.
Red flag number 1.
We do not live together currently, but he wants to get a place together and basically pay all the bills.
Red flag number 2.
Although these things may sound great, the issue is he annoys the fuck out of me.
Well, that's not where I expected to land.
He's a bit clingy, touchy-feely when around, always wants to cuddle, likes to text all day. He works 2 full-time jobs, so I primarily have the children, and he sees us on his off days, which is fine. He is constantly telling me how much he misses us while he's away, and he's really sweet, and oddly enough, all these things irritate me.
Go ahead.
I know I may sound ungrateful, but I never really wanted children or to be with this man. Hold on. I know I may sound ungrateful, but I have never really wanted children or to be with this man. Okay, I thought maybe I'd read it wrong.
Right, no, she just don't give a fuck.
Not. Okay. I'm trying to be nice, but I get annoyed when he touches me.
Oh,
he is always reminding me that he misses us while he's working, while I'm thinking, damn, I just saw you yesterday. And thinking about how I miss having time alone. I'm constantly with 2 babies, so the last thing I want to do is have a man touch me and be clingy. My question is,
oh my gosh,
how do I co-parent with someone whose very being irritates me? I can't even bring myself to have sex with him now.
Damn.
Is it wrong to want to co-parent even though the other person... Is it wrong to not want to co-parent even though the other person hasn't done anything wrong? I know this is on the opposite end of the usual baby daddy issue spectrum, but please help. Sincerely irritated and trying my best to be grateful.
This is super common. I was going to say, actually, it's crazy because today I was actually just having a conversation about how often, I don't even remember why now, how many nice guys like this are in relationships with, I should say people, but a lot of women specifically who can't stand it. Who can't stand it and sometimes even cheat on them. But then like nice women who are just trying to make it work, be with dirtbags. Right. It's like I don't know why so many of y'all are turned off by positive energy from guys. I understand, like, just not liking motherfuckers to be clingy. And there are some people who want to be in a relationship but just don't care for the like touchy-feeliness. Like, there are some people who just don't really like being cuddled or touched unnecessarily and things like that. And sometimes it could just be how you personally feel.
Right.
And sometimes it could be something that's attached to something else or whatever.
Yeah.
But that's just how some people operate. But I was just having this conversation about how many nice guys don't last in relationships with people because they don't like nice guys. But then you run around in circles and cry and shed tears and blood and all kinds of stuff over dirtbag ass niggas that don't have any emotion or respect. It's crazy to me. Now, I'm not trying to like invalidate what she's saying. Question: when did she say that she got pregnant and how long were they dating?
Well, she did not say that they weren't dating. They were just fucking every now and then.
When was that?
But she had the kids in April. So she has 8-month-old twins right now.
Okay.
Which I think is probably having a lot to do with this. Like, I think you're overwhelmed because you have 2 brand new babies. And so anything that's annoying is like annoying to the fucking max. And you just don't want this man crowding you. Like, almost every woman I know who's had a baby wanted their baby daddy to like not touch them for at least a year. It was like, just give me some fucking space. Like, my body is already not mine no more. I'm basically a feeding machine for these niggas that I gave birth to. Like, you welcome. And I feel like it's a lot of hormones and all that sort of thing going on. Or, you know, like if you were to say, it could just be that like who he is irritates you. This could be, you know, just who you are regardless of whether you had a baby and he's just on your nerves.
I mean, I wanted to know, I guess, when they sort of started fucking around.
Oh no, she didn't include that.
How long this relationship has been going on. But again, a lot of this could be him just simply being excited to have kids.
Right. And wanting like, to take care of you.
Right. Like just treating you, like some people are just, I don't even know how to put this into words. Like he's probably just grateful. I don't know. You know what I mean? Maybe. Yeah. And in love. But
maybe he's
like,
just like so happy to have these babies.
And two babies, you know? So
he's just kind of obsessed with you.
Yeah, obsessed
because
with
look at what you did.
And honestly, even as someone who doesn't really necessarily want to have kids and damn sure isn't, you know, diving into a vagina to make them, I'm still blown away and fascinated and enamored by just the female body and how it works in not only childbirth but gestating and like everything about your bodies to me is magic. And so just being like, you know, I was just getting my dick wet and hanging out and watching Netflix. And you gave me 2 amazing human beings just right out of your body. Like I would probably be looking at you like you were covered in glitter for a while. Right. Like for a while. Yeah. So, but I mean, that's just how I'm looking at it. But either way, I doubt that he's going to be this touchy-feely and clingy forever. Yeah. You know, I really don't want to... I want you to make it work. I don't know why.
Well, I think you need to tell him, look, I am going through a lot with hormones and emotions and, you know, raising twins and being around them constantly. And so I just need you to make this as easy on me as possible. Like, I don't want to cuddle usually or any. Like, it sounds like you never want to, but like, don't be all up on me. Don't be touching me. Like, I need you to give me my space because I need to be in the right mindset. I need to not be irritated while caring for these children. I don't think it means that you have to be like, don't come around no more or like get out my fucking face. I think it just needs to be like a genuine conversation. Like,
I feel like if she didn't like to be cuddled, like if she just wasn't a touchy-feely person, she would have mentioned that. I think it's a thing with this particular person, especially because she admits she never expected or wanted to have kids or be with this nigga. So she's now probably looking at this situation as something that is like super permanent. Like maybe you feel sort of like stifled and trapped in a relationship that you didn't expect or whatever. And it's like not giving that. It's not that deep. It's not giving that, sweetie. Like maybe you can ask him to take the kid. They're 8 months.
Yeah.
Take the kids for maybe a weekend, a week or something like that and go on a trip. You know what I mean? Maybe you just need a couple of days away from this nigga and from them kids to recenter, regroup. Beyonce said acupuncture, what a breath exercise.
Yeah.
You know, like you might just need a little time to yourself to reset and, you know, recoup.
I mean, the fact that you never wanted children, I don't know if you have changed your mind about that since, but that might have something to do with why he irritates you, because he reminds you of this situation that you're in that you didn't really want to be in, and I guess you felt like you didn't really have any, or didn't have any, you just didn't have any control over it, one or the other. So
I mean, but
right. So I'm just saying.
I could see me not wanting having kids if I could get pregnant, right? I could see me not wanting to have kids as I feel now and having them and then being madly in love with them, but still frustrated because I didn't want to be in that position, if that makes sense.
I mean, that's probably a lot of people.
I would imagine that's many parents.
Right,
so I could see a lot of parents being madly in love and obsessed with their kids and smelling their head every second and all of that kind of stuff. And at the same time being incredibly frustrated because of the responsibility that they didn't expect or, you know, sign up for intentionally or whatnot. But as it pertains to this nigga who's just a little too touchy-feely for you, I would say try taking a break first.
Yeah.
You know, a little trip or whatever. My mama would even sometimes just rent a hotel. I feel like my mama rented a hotel maybe once out on the beach for a weekend and just kicked it.
Listen.
I'm sure there's at least once in my life where I know that my mama did that. And we weren't babies at the time, you know, like we were much older and able to take care of ourselves and stuff. But sometimes you just need to be like, I don't want to hear no voice. I don't want to hear no,
Mine never went on vacation without us. She almost never went anywhere. I can only remember like 3 times in my life that my mama was out of the state without me.
I salute her.
So I don't. She should have taken some time for herself. Like, that came out very wrong.
I understand what you're saying.
I'm just I want my mother and all mothers, all parents to know that giving of yourself 24/7, 365 is not good for you.
She said
your children can learn that you need some space, just like they need space. Like, it's okay to take time away from them niggas. But anyway,
slap a 20 on the counter and tell them that the number for Pizza Hut is on the fridge.
I was like, if you didn't really like him like that anyway, like when y'all was just fucking, you was always like, damn, why is this nigga cuddling? Like, go home or whatever. Then you probably not ever really gonna like him. And so you need to tell him.
I can see falling into that too.
Right. Then it's kind of like, you know, me and you are never going to be in a relationship, but that shouldn't stop our co-parenting vibe or whatever. And so,
but she literally said, how do you, something about not co-parenting.
Yeah,
and
how do you co-parent with someone who's being irritates you? And I just think you have to make sure that y'all are clear on having a co-parenting relationship and not a relationship, like a sexual or romantic relationship.
Yeah, like if you're not in a relationship and you're not interested in being in a relationship with this nigga at all, then yeah, that needs to be expressed so he knows what time it is and isn't wasting that energy on someone who doesn't want to reciprocate it, because that's a fool. But y'all obviously are going to have to deal with one another regardless. And again, I feel like a lot of this may have to do with appreciation as well as obligation, and not just him being an obsessive, cuddly person. Because if it irks you that much, like, and that's how he always was, right? Then I don't even know how you got to getting pregnant unless the dick was just incredible and you was like, I'm gonna just start going over to his house, then I can just get up and leave when I'm ready to go and I'll never really have to hang out with that nigga. All things I could imagine happening.
But yeah, if this is like you feel like, you know, since I had the babies I really don't want nobody near me, then just talk to him about the way you feeling, because that's very common. Like, you just had 2 fucking people, so
yeah, have a conference with yourself about it.
Yeah, and with him, and best of luck to y'all. And I know that a lot of people right now are going, I wish my baby daddy was like
I am just
offering to pay all the bills and let me stay home with these kids. And I get that, but like that don't mean you have to put up with a nigga that gets on your nerves just because that's how niggas should be. Niggas should be trying to make sure their baby mamas are taken care of, especially when them kids are brand fucking new.
Feels loved.
You need to be supporting her and supporting those kids.
Yes, that's like literally bare minimum.
Right. That should be what every last one of y'all's baby daddies is doing. That should be all of y'all's problems is, God damn, he's so annoying. He
but
just
niggas like
always wants to touch me.
Rub your feet after you gave birth or whatever, and motherfuckers be like, you've just won a lifetime supply of Chips Ahoy!
The bar is on the floor.
It's crazy, but fun.
Yeah. Anyway, best of luck to y'all. Let's move on. This next question comes from Dorian, who says, my boyfriend and I have been together for a little over 7 months, and we've been exclusive for 5 of those months. Almost everything has been going great. He's attentive, clearly cares about me, and is very loving and affectionate. We both have busy jobs, but we do our best to see each other almost every weekend and even a weeknight if we can make it work. Our sex life is pretty good too. We communicate about our wants and desires, and we are fully versed.
All right.
Okay. However, a few weeks ago, I noticed that he started posting nudes online. I was just browsing and stumbled across a pic that looked familiar. He put in parentheses, I didn't snoop on his phone. I would never. So I stumbled across a pic that looked familiar, and lo and behold, it was him. Though him posting nudes online is clearly an issue for me internally, it's not the reason I'm writing this letter. Aside from posting his nudes, he also posted his Instagram handle and made several suggestive posts about wanting to swap snaps and vids with others online. That's the part that bugs me, because though I want to be mature about this situation, it does feel like that's crossing boundaries into the cheating category. I doubt he'll actually cheat on me in real life, but then why would he be sharing his private snap and Instagram? I once even casually brought up the topic of the snap because I didn't know he had one, and he said he hadn't used it in like 2 years. I'm trying to keep an open mind about this because I'm really falling for him otherwise. We're starting to make long-term plans and talking about meeting each other's families. I'd almost be okay with him posting nudes because I don't want to shame him. It's the talking to others that is weighing on me.
Yeah, I wouldn't care about that shit.
How do I manage my own expectations and emotions? I know that I just need to talk to him about it, but how do I bring something like this up without sounding accusatory? I don't want this conversation to potentially end our relationship. Oh,
how
Lord.
would it sound accusatory?
Well, he said, I feel like me bringing it up would only show a lack of confidence in him and our relationship, and it makes me feel irrationally needy and insecure.
Here's the thing. If you don't buy it, you don't buy it. You know what I mean?
Right.
There's trust only goes so far. It only works, in certain ways. You know what I mean? And you either trust the nigga or you don't.
Right.
It sounds like you don't. So you know what to ask. You know what I mean? You can't be concerned that he might be doing something he shouldn't be doing, but then concerned that you're going to sound like you're accusing him of something, because that's essentially, I mean, you're not really accusing him. I guess by definition, accusing him would be saying he's doing it, whatever, but that's how it is going to be handled or dealt with or responded to.
Right.
I don't know what else to say about it. Like, nigga, if you have pictures up here and have recently been implying or discussing swapping stuff back and forth with people, my thing is be a complete 110% honest person with me about it. Like, I don't need to hear any of the typical expected bullshit response to, oh, well, yeah, well, I don't even be on there. I don't even remember my password.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that ain't me.
Yeah, you don't.
Oh, I don't even remember posting that. Did I post that? Like, I just be incredibly candid with me about it. Be real honest with me. Are you exchanging nudes with niggas? Let me know so I can know how to deal with that or whatever. Or whatever it is. Because I'm going to tell you right now, I believe he is. And
yeah, so do I.
I've been
unfortunately,
gay for about 32 years. So,
well, that's a whole nother conversation. But I think if this was innocent, you would have known about it. Plenty of people post thirst traps online and their partners know about it, follow them, like, comment, all that. Like you said, it's not the posting nudes thing. A lot of people do that. you like you said, the fact that he is like soliciting other people is a huge red flag.
Yes.
The fact that he has a private snap and lied to you about using it, and then the fact that you didn't know about, you know, these nudes that he was posting online anyway. He didn't give you these account usernames or whatever. Like, you had to find it. So the fact that he, again, is being secretive about it is what makes me think that he's cheating on you. And I know you said you feel irrationally needy or insecure and you're worried about sounding accusatory, and you know, you don't want to act like you have a lack of confidence in him, but you don't need to be worried about what he's going to think.
Right.
It doesn't need to be, oh, wow, I'm so scared that this conversation will end this relationship. If it does, then your relationship was supposed to end. Because a person who is not lying to you or cheating on you is not going to be so angry and blow the fuck up and end y'all's whole relationship over this line of questioning. It's a perfectly valid question to ask. You're not needy or insecure for being like, hey, so I found an account of you posting nudes, which, you know, I love your nudes. That's not an issue. But why are you asking niggas to send you pictures and videos? Like, what's going on?
Or you do it too.
I mean, right. Or you could just start doing it too. But that just, to me, seems like something that is petty and will only delay the inevitable breakup.
Serious about that part.
I mean,
that's the petty choice.
I would probably do it for a little while.
But yeah, look, I feel like, you know, I'm probably too exhausted to really break this down for how I feel, but I feel like being gay should allow us to not have to go through, especially gay in 2019, to go through this kind of dumb shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's so many of us in non-traditional relationships. I mean, a gay relationship is almost a non-traditional relationship if you're thinking about it from, you know, the shithole planet Earth's point of view.
Yeah, that's true.
But like, I just don't see the point in having to, you know, sit back in a relationship where we all kind of come from different places and experience different things. And we're also kind of like at the corner of a lot of stuff that doesn't become a thing until ages later. I don't see why I should be dealing with basic ass trust issue. Are you doing this on the internet ass bullshit in 2019 as a gay man?
Right.
And really nobody should, but that's why I say it's as simple to me as you either gonna trust this nigga or you not. Because you've asked questions, or, you know, implied whatever, and he's giving you stuff that sounds like it's not good enough because you sending us emails about this nigga.
Right.
So
I know sorry, go ahead.
No, like I was gonna say, even if he does like break it down to you or say whatever, you're gonna believe what you want to believe. So it's either you trust this nigga or you don't trust this nigga.
Shit.
And that is based on movement. So you feel the way that you feel because of the behavior you're having to find these things to bump into this stuff and then make assumptions and feel like you have to ask, but you're not comfortable with asking or whatever. Rather than it being flat out, I like to post nudes and every now and then, and I'm into getting a couple of booty hole shots in my DMs or whatever, but I'm not gonna do nothing. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like if a nigga up front was like, I like nudes, I don't need to go and fuck with niggas, I just like seeing shit asses of all shapes and sizes. I would much rather that be on the table. Like, here you go, girl, what are you gonna do with this?
Yes.
And be able to look through my deck of cards to be like, all right, I don't know if I have a play for this one. Or yes, I'm going all in. I don't know.
Right.
I'm not going to be sitting up here and doing all of this motherfucking high school ass guessing, will he, won't he, circle yes or no ass bullshit. I don't have time for that.
Yeah.
So I don't give a fuck. There are so many niggas out here, even gay ones.
Right.
Let me tell you something now. Many of the girls have, you know,
OnlyFans?
Introduced. I was not going to OnlyFans. That's a topic for another day.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, let me know about your OnlyFans.
Many of us have been introduced to one of another's genitals in private creases because there's only so many of us.
Oh, shit.
And everyone's, it's like mail. We all go by way of Atlanta. There's just so many.
Oh my God.
What I'm saying is,
bye.
The chances of you linking up with a nigga that your friends know or have heard of, or he might have some nudes and your ex's DM or something like that. That's how it happens.
Right.
But there is still no shortage of niggas out here. Okay. And you're still at a perfect time where if you don't trust this nigga, you can throw him in a wastebasket. Okay. And find somebody else to cuff this season. Fuck that bullshit. Ain't nobody trying to play no fucking. It's about to be 2020.
I'm not doing that. Leave that in this decade.
If you can't tell me that you're sending and receiving nudes, nigga,
right,
then I don't know what the fuck to tell you.
I mean, especially because it is so fucking common. Nudes are everywhere. Everybody is doing this. So, well, not literally everybody. For somebody chime in and be like, not me. Okay, right. Girl.
Exactly.
But a lot of people out here dating in this day and age are sending nudes. Like, like you said, I would not even be upset that you were posting nudes online. I don't really give a shit about that. It's the soliciting other people, and then the fact that he did not tell you. I think if everything was as open and warm and honest and perfect as you claim it is, you would have been known about this account.
There's so many couples, like gay couples, that are just super like, what's the word? Like, forward is the word that's in my head, and that's not
forward?
No,
I thought you was going to say codependent.
No, what this is a word?
Aggressive?
When you, oh God, help me.
Just
English
tell me
language.
what you're trying to say.
When you don't conform to like typical things. Not a when people fuck it. I can't think of
like
the word.
In a sexual way?
No, just people that they don't do like basic, they don't conform to normal things. What is God, this word is going to come to me at like 3 a.m.
I have no idea what you're talking
whatever.
about.
There are so many gay couples that are just more open and like honest and willing to converse about different things that aren't usual or typical in other relationships.
Okay.
Like, there are so many guys that date and flirt together, or and it's not to say that there's anything wrong with just having a traditional monogamous me-and-you relationship. There's plenty of that too. But what I'm saying is I've seen so many examples of several kinds of relationships within this community that seem to work for the people in them, that there's no reason that a nigga is getting nudes or sending nudes or whatever, and it stops at that, which you claim to be okay with, and he can't just say that to you.
Right, exactly.
You know what I mean? There's no reason that like, if I'm displaying the willingness to be okay with you having your dick and ass or whatever the fuck on the internet and other people seeing it and whatnot, I don't understand why I have to be questioning anything.
Right. A lot of people are in these, quote unquote atypical relationships where they just do things outside of what people would normally do, like as far as nudes and that sort of thing is concerned, or threesomes, or opening up the relationship. Like, I know of a few different gay couples where it's just open, and the whole thing is the honesty. Again, it all comes back to honesty.
Exactly.
A nigga who is lying to you about what he's doing, or lying by omission by not telling you in the first place, is keeping fucking secrets. And so it's not, I cannot trust you if I know that you are not being forthright with me. So I think you know what you have to do, but you can always have the conversation and see where it goes from there.
Yeah, I mean, giving the planning futures and all that shit, giving the conversation a shot definitely could be worth it.
I know you don't want to let go of him. I know you don't. But what's the point in holding on to a nigga that's going to... You know what? This is actually part of my read, so let me not.
All right, there you go.
So, okay. Last question comes from Rhonda, who says...
Solid name. Great name.
The subject says, is it inappropriate for my boss to listen to my podcast? So she says... The subject line says it all. Keep in mind that, number one, I don't mention my job or anything that could negatively impact the company on my podcast. I'm very private. I don't discuss personal anything with coworkers. He only found out about it because a coworker mentioned it while he was in the room.
Oh, I would want to kill them.
Okay. My coworker didn't mention the name of the show, so my boss must have searched for it.
I'm sure
she must be doing it under her real name. Oof, girl.
Yikes.
It's about a TV show, but my guest and I interject life stories that relate to the episode. I feel uncomfortable with my boss hearing personal details about my life. I also do not like my boss. He's incompetent and generally bad at his job. He works on personal projects at work and fails to advocate for our team at our massive company. His own boss has even acknowledged his lack of work ethic. We've also never had any discussion about my personal life beyond hobbies. And even then, I think I lied and said that my hobby was crafting or some shit. The bottom line is that we're not friendly. Bitch, I'm not friendly. He unexpectedly announced at our team meeting that he listened to every episode of my show and loved it.
Oh my God.
I'm recording the next season and he said he's eagerly awaiting new episodes.
Why do we need to talk about that at work? Why does that need to be said?
I know by releasing the podcast onto the internet, I basically opened myself up to anyone hearing, but what is his responsibility in this? I think the fact that he's my superior makes it different from my coworkers listening. Or do you think I'm just being sensitive because I don't like him? What did you do when people at your day job found out about your podcast? I hope this made sense. Thanks, Rhonda.
Well, she doesn't say what her day job is, but
no, she's very careful to not talk about her job.
Right. You had a job though, and I remember you going through this exact same thing and thinking to myself, well, at least it's a place where I can't imagine that they would give a fuck about you having a podcast where you cussing and shit.
Yeah, no, I worked at MTV, so it was fine for me to be a heathen. Right. It was just more like, I didn't want to be recognized at work.
Exactly.
I just want to work.
And that's what it sounds like. It doesn't even sound like you're on there, talking about deep throating or whatever. Oh, hell, maybe you do. But like, I completely understand just not wanting your boss or coworkers, especially ones that you don't care for,
right,
hearing your personal business. Like, doing this podcast for so long, there's so many, and I don't care, and I'm sure you feel the same way, so it's not that big of a deal, but I forget how many personal stories from my actual life, things I've talked about my family and things that we've discussed on here through the length of it. And it's
it's been years.
It's been so long, but also we're just talking to somebody that we know personally, so it's a room where it's just the two of us in it, and it's just not that big of a deal.
Right.
But then sometimes someone that I don't know will talk about something that we talked about on here, and I'll be like, oh, I forgot that you know my business.
Right.
So I completely understand having
that's so real.
I completely understand having a 9 to 5 where your superior that you already can't stand knows your business, and you have to then think, oh God, what the fuck did I talk about here? And this now and that now, whatever. And that just being annoying and something that you're not trying. And I guess you can't really stop him from listening to it. And it's the good with the bad is that he likes it.
Yeah, I have a feeling he doesn't know that you don't like him, which means you're doing a great job at pretending at work. And you should be proud of yourself because it wasn't like he heard about this podcast and was like, I'd be goddamn if I listened to this bitch show. He like pulled it up on the app immediately.
And he's ready for more.
And so I do think you're being sensitive because you don't like him. I don't think there's any real difference between your supervisor and your coworkers listening to your podcast.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just more like this person you don't like is listening to it and talking to you about it.
I was just about to be like,
I tell
now
my friends
he got more
all the
reasons to have a
time.
conversation with me. He don't want to talk about everything I just talked about.
I'm like, oh my God.
I get it.
I want this motherfucker away from my desk and he gonna start slacking me about this fucking show.
I get it. I
do
totally
too.
Get it.
I tell my friends all the time, okay, if you listen to the reboot, like, please, I just don't. But anyway.
I told my parents like yesterday, like, I don't know who Kefiri is. I wish that you would stop talking about him.
I've literally never heard of the read. I don't know what you're talking about.
I was like, all I want for Christmas is to never hear that nigga's name again. So trust that we get it.
Yeah, we get it. But
I guess if anything, you can rest on the fact that he can't treat you differently based on anything he hears on there.
Yeah.
I mean, as long as, you're not bad-mouthing him or the company.
Which you're very careful. You were careful in this email.
Right.
So I know you careful on your show. I know that.
I mean, if anything, I would definitely rest on the fact that, like, well, I could say fuck white people all I want on this show. You can't, like, what are you know what I mean? But at the same time, I understand it not being as simple as, like, oh, well, what is he going to, you just don't want that motherfucker talking to you, and you don't want him listening to something that you're doing recreationally for fun on the side.
Yeah.
I get it. Like, I have enough of you when I'm at work. I don't want you involved in something I'm doing off the side for myself as well. I get it.
It would have been so weird for me if any of my execs, because I was an executive assistant and I had 4 bosses.
Which was so
crazy how much them people worked me. me. But anyway, this is another thing for another day. I loved all 4 of my bosses, but if they were listening to the read, that would have been so uncomfortable for me. Like,
I would want to die.
I do not want, and even when they finally did, so when people at work found out, it was because the black people at work found out, of course. Yeah. And so one day, one of the Chelsea's nosy ass was like, I just want to say I saw your tweet and I know about your show and all this. And I was just like,
great.
Right. Okay, that's so fun. But like, they kept it to like the 4 black people on my floor, and those are still my niggas. We need to hang out soon. But anyway, they kept my shit a secret until Beyonce posted me on the Facebook.
Oh yeah, then it's
and
like,
then
all bets are off.
Because I was at work when I saw it. Right. So I literally screamed. Thank God it was like 6:30, but I literally started to scream. So anyway, if it had been like my boss had discovered it and started listening and then talking to me about it, that would have been so fucking uncomfortable.
And you liked him.
But I liked him. So from somebody who gets on your nerves, I know, I can only imagine how fucking irritating this is. But
would you tell them to stop talking to you about it?
I would, honestly, I would draw the boundary of like, the podcast has nothing to do with my work, so I don't want to discuss it at work. Because what I don't want you to do is switch up the way you do your podcast and stop talking about your life or whatever.
Yeah,
because,
no, fuck that.
Right. Don't switch up what you're doing. Tell them, it's fine for you to listen to it, but I'd like to keep work and my personal life separate, so I would rather not talk about it at work. Nobody should have a problem with that.
Anything wrong with you saying like, thanks guys, it just makes me a little uncomfortable talking about it at work.
Straight like that.
I just want to work and just be regular here.
Yeah, I don't really want to talk about my podcast.
Thanks for listening to it. I'm glad you guys like it.
Which is what I had to say to them niggas. Like, thank you, but I do not want to discuss this at work. It just makes me feel a little weird. We're all working, 17-hour days because the VMAs are coming up. So let's just. And
I'm not saying it makes you feel weird.
Let's just focus on the Cinnamon Girls.
I'm just giving you your, lighthearted white excuse. At your core, you could be like, bitch, I don't want you listening to the show, motherfucker, because I don't like
the whole goddamn company.
You suck
can
at
hear
your job. You shouldn't even be here, bitch. Like,
this is your nice, work-friendly, nobody can get mad at that response.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, because you can't stop them from listening, but you can stop them from talking to you about it.
Yeah, for sure.
So,
especially at work.
Especially at work.
You shouldn't even be talking about it.
But at least he does like your show.
At least he likes it.
That's good.
I think it's better than him not liking it. So whatever.
But fuck him. All right. That wraps up the questions for this week. Send yours to asktheread@gmail.com. We will be right back.
All right. So listen, if you have some ship to sell, and I'm going to tell you where to take it. ShipStation. It's the holiday rush. It's going on right now, but you don't need to be too stressed out about it. If you got things that need to get out of the door, you can go over to ShipStation. With just a few clicks, you'll be managing your orders, printing labels, and getting that stuff out of the door and delivered in no time. You don't have to worry about nobody trying to call you or send you passionate emails about their packages and stuff like that, because ShipStation will make it easier for you. They work with all of the major carriers, USPS, FedEx, UPS. And you can also, whether you're selling on Amazon, Etsy, wherever, you can use your own website and things like that with ShipStation to manage all of your devices, even on a cell phone. If you work a full-time job and sell something on the side or whatever, it can be underneath your desk or whatever it is.
All that.
All of that, ShipStation will make it easier for you.
That's right. They even offer big discounts on shipping costs, which is something they usually reserve for very large companies. But no, girl, it's for you too. So take the hassle out of the holiday shipping this year and let ShipStation help you handle it all with ease. Just use our offer code READ to get a 60-day free trial. That is 2 months free of no hassle, stress-free holiday shipping. Just visit ShipStation.com, click the mic at the top of the page and type in READ. Once again, that is ShipStation.com, offer code READ. With ShipStation, you can make ship happen. All right, let's move on.
Listen, turn your dream into a web reality with Squarespace, where they make it incredibly easy to launch any kind of a passion project or business or art show that you may have online. We're telling you from experience. I've had the hard, arduous work of putting together a website, trying to figure out coding and all of those things once upon a yesteryear.
Back in the day.
And I've also built a website with Squarespace, which was almost like just going to a restaurant and ordering the food from behind glass.
Truly.
It's just so easy.
Way easier.
And it's also optimized for mobile right out of the box, and it lets you see what your website would also look like when browsed or whatever on a phone, iPad, thing like that.
Something that we used to have to fight to do.
Never built a website.
Girl.
I cannot tell you how useful this is.
Woo, for real.
So it's great. You can buy domains with them. They have an e-commerce functionality in case you're selling things online. Go to squarespace.com if you're, thinking about starting a website but just don't know how, because it's the easiest thing ever.
Yes, it is. It is. I cannot say enough. If I can do it, literally anybody can do it. Squarespace empowers so many people, from designers, lawyers, artists, gamers, even businesses, to turn great ideas into something real. So head to squarespace.com/read to start your free trial. And when you're ready to launch, use offer code READ to save 10% off your first purchase of a website or domain. Again, squarespace.com/read, offer code READ. Build something great. It is very easy to do. Trust us. And let's wrap up the show.
Okay, so we're here to wrap up things with the read.
It is.
You can go.
Okay, well, I just have two very quick things, and then I'm going to get out of here because it is so late once again. First of all, I really need everybody who is primarily attracted to men to start actually holding them niggas accountable for their actions.
Ouch.
Really, that's why I'm not pointing out women in particular, because it's literally all of you who cannot help your attraction to cisgender men. Again, also not omitting the gays from this.
Shouldn't.
Everybody who dates niggas, please start holding those motherfuckers accountable for what they do. Now, I say this because recently there has been some drama with Cardi and Offset and whether that nigga was dumb enough to cheat on her again or dumb enough to jump in the DMs of some bitch that Cardi is getting sued by.
That mama is in litigation over
and
right
so
now.
I don't actually doubt that he was hacked, because not even Offset is that fucking stupid.
I would hope.
Not even Offset. And when Cardi did that first video and she was like, we all know he done did some stupid shit, but like, niggas is not dumb. He's not that dumb. I really don't think so.
Okay.
However, it is a repeating pattern that instead of holding these men accountable, y'all go after the girls or the mistresses or whatever, whether they knew about you or not. It is just entirely too often that the women get criticized and punished and dragged and, fought. Actually, like, you roll by this bitch's house like you want to fight her and all this. And
Nicole Murphy.
That nigga is at home watching your Netflix, drinking your baby's juice while you go fight a girl who had no obligation to you or your relationship.
Here's your plate, babe. I'm about to go beat that hoe's ass. Let me know if you need some juice.
It boggles my fucking mind that so many of y'all would rather confront the other woman than hold that man accountable for what he did to you.
Well, a lot of the men are very good at manipulating y'all, and you just don't even...
Sis, here's the thing. You're so mad at this girl, whether she knew about you or not. And I say this as somebody who has never slept with a married person or a person in a relationship.
Well, I hope not.
And I have never cheated on anybody in any relationship I've ever been in. And still, I cannot understand why y'all are more focused on the girl he fucked like she's not interchangeable. That girl could be any fucking body. It's the nigga who's disrespecting you. So if you want things to end, going after her is stupid. Because he might block her on Instagram and she don't call or text no more. He might really end things with her. But there can always be another her.
Yeah,
you're not attacking the problem when you go after the woman.
Exactly.
Like, she isn't the issue. The nigga is the one who's lying and cheating, bitch. Please focus on the real problem.
Which is why even after you were stepping out of the courthouse and all of that shit simmered down, motherfuckers were sitting back waiting for it to happen again. It's not her, it'll be somebody else.
I'm not saying you need to break up with your man, because I understand most of y'all would probably not have niggas if you really broke up with them every time they cheated on you. Right. I get that. And it is well within your right to want to work things out or whatever the
Especially
fuck else.
If you have kids.
I'm not saying that cheating should be everybody's deal breaker. I'm saying you should go after the actual issue in the relationship instead of the thing that could constantly rotate.
I feel like if more of y'all did that, then the cheating would probably cease.
I mean,
maybe even for you individually, or you would maybe realize, oh, hey, it's actually you that's the issue, not all these other people. So maybe I need to leave you for what's
you fighting every bitch that's in his phone like he didn't text them. sis, goddamn, please. Just please. Okay.
Of course. Why would I ever stop cheating on you if every time I cheat on you, you just beat somebody else up?
Well, I'm at the house chilling. And you go fight her.
Why would I stop?
Get the police called on you.
I get nothing bad happens.
You get citations and tickets and 2 nights in jail. You are the dumb bitch going live on Instagram. You.
So you yell at me and I don't have to change the baby's Pampers tonight because you took them to your mama's house. Oh no. Ooh, you got me, girl.
And I get to come right back in a day or two and lie to you all over again. You can accept that if you want to. But accept that nigga is the issue, not whoever he's cheating on you with. Please. Thank you. And also, this Lizzo situation. Holy God. If you don't know, I don't know how you don't know if you are on the internet at all. But Lizzo wore like a oversized t-shirt dress to a Lakers game because they were playing Minnesota, and the entire ass is cut out. She had on like a black thong, and so a lot of people had something to say about it. People felt like it was inappropriate for the venue. People felt like it was inappropriate because children were present. People felt like it was inappropriate because why would you put your ass on a seat in a basketball arena?
That's the first thing I thought.
And people thought it was inappropriate because they don't like to see anybody bigger than a size 8 in anything that shows their skin.
That's true.
So I just want to say about all of this that 2 things can be true at the same time. And it can be true that you felt like Lizzo's outfit was too much for a basketball game. And also that a lot of the vitriol she is getting is because y'all are mad that she claims being fat, loves being fat, calls herself fine, and has the audacity to not give a shit what y'all think about her body. A lot of it is also that. Like, those can be the same. But when you say shit like, well, that is just so inappropriate because children are present, I know that it's not about kids. It's about her body, because every single last cheerleader is showing more skin than Lizzo is. Every single cheerleader at every sporting event is showing more of their body in crop tops and short ass shorts and all. Like, they're showing way more skin than Lizzo was. So it is not about children seeing nudity. And even if it was, you know what? You have to explain to your fucking kids that people have bodies and that is an ass. Like, regardless, I know that that's not it. I know that your real issue when you make it about something else is about the fact that you didn't want to see a proud fat bitch wearing something that you felt was inappropriate for her. Now, you can say, like I said, because the idea that an assless t-shirt dress is inappropriate for a basketball game is one that I subscribe to. Did not see the point in that at all. But that's because, like, sis, I just don't understand an assless t-shirt at a game. Like, for me, that's a club outfit or a birthday party outfit or something like that. Not a I'm going to be on, TV outfit. But to each their fucking own. I just want you niggas to know that I see through the dumb shit when it comes to the rest of it.
I understood a lot of the, like, why here also.
Yeah, I don't get it at a game, but even when she has just been up, like, at home or in her hotel room or whatever and just posting, like, her butt or she's on the couch or something, y'all do it on her Instagram comments.
And like, that's why it's done, because it's not anything that's wildly different than stuff a lot of other women and men do on Instagram.
It's so true.
But because it's a body that you feel shouldn't have the audacity to be butt naked,
or a body
on
you're not attracted to,
right? Then it's like an issue. Like, I don't
but
care.
You are
about
not
it.
the world.
It's not that big a deal.
Right.
No pun intended. But it's like, it's just, I
was definitely like, sis, I don't get it. But I'm not out here pretending like I was worried about children being scarred by Lizzo's ass either. Because children see asses every fucking day, especially in Los Angeles. You mean to tell me they've never seen anybody in a bikini? Like, please. You were mad because she's big. Accept it. Not everybody, but a lot of y'all. And that's it.
Okay, so for me, 2 quick things. One, I barely even thought about how I want to talk about this, because every time I think about it, like, I keep quickly trying to shut it out of my brain.
Oh, God.
That is what I have done every time I hear this name for the longest. George Zimmerman. So really, this is mostly about when I heard that George Zimmerman was filing a lawsuit against Trayvon Martin's family and maybe attorneys or something like that over whatever fucking bullshit. I went into that place that I go to when I hear his name or when I hear other kind of news that just reminds me about how fucking shitty it is to exist as a Black person on this planet and how nobody gives a fuck and people are permitted to just trample all over us with no consequence, with glee. You know what I'm saying? With Thanksgiving in their hearts.
Right.
So I just went to this like incredibly angry, frustrated place, mind blown, all of that stuff. And after maybe 20 minutes of swearing to myself out loud at home,
right,
I said, you know what? I'm not surprised by this. Because we're talking about a very, very miserable person who has always been miserable. You were miserable long before we knew who you were.
Right.
We know who you are because of your misery.
Yep.
Because of your disgust with yourself, because of how little you know you are worth. You know what I'm saying? You are aware that you're garbage. And you've felt that way about yourself before you saw Trayvon Martin and decided to take his life. And that's what led it to that place. So the little young Black boy that I feel like I can, overpower or whatnot. Nobody's going to miss him. Nobody's going to fight for that type of person. Nobody gives a fuck about Black kids and Black lives and things like that, which is a fact that we have had to turn into a whole ass movement.
Yep, it is.
But this situation now is just a reminder that you are a real pathetic, miserable, minute, insignificant waste of skin and bone and whatever else God put into you or the devil. But I know that motherfuckers like him like to pop up when their misery like really pushes them into a corner. They like to pop up and re-troll us. Yeah. To sort of try to grab hold of the steering wheel again and feel some semblance of control over the trash that their life has always been. And the funny thing is, I say that often about police officers, which we know you desperately wanted to. Yeah. But I've found that, it's often the same thing. There's this power that's unstoppable, undisputable when it comes to being a cop. Because you can just put a bullet in anybody's fucking head. You can slam a fucking a Black child to the ground at a pool party
you can
and
do
things
that.
like that, and no one bats an eyelash. So when I feel like garbage or miserable and I want to take it out on the rest of the world, why wouldn't I? But anyway, I'd like to say I believe that any judge, jury, court in this country would look at a case like this or a suit or whatever and just open mouth laugh at the absurdity of it.
I mean,
you murdered a child. You took this family's child away from them. You got away with it.
Yep.
And then you gloated about it. You trolled them after getting away with it. You had the time of your life to a point where even people who ain't give a fuck about Trayvon Martin on that side of things were like, whoa, like, are you like, chill out. So I would like to say that anybody worth anything in a degree would look at what the fuck you trying to talk about right now and laugh at you and send your ass back to your miserable existence. But this is America and I'm not holding my breath. But what I'm not going to do is lose any more sleep over your ridiculous fucking great nut faced Neanderthal ass fuckery. I'm not going to go to that place again. It almost reminds me, and I don't intend to really compare this person to a murderer, but it almost reminds me of when Rachel Dolezal came out with that Netflix thing.
I did not see that.
Only because it's like, okay, we discussed how disrespectful and ridiculous you are, and we moved on. And it's almost like you had to retreat back into your misery and confusion, and it was too much. So you had to come back out with something else. And then there was a book, and then you doing hair braiding seminars on Eventbrite and whatever the fuck. Even your own kids told you on that Netflix shit, like, we tired. Like, I don't even want to see this shit. But it keeps on and it keeps on and it keeps on and it keeps on because you are miserable at your core. That ain't got nothing to do with us. That don't got nothing to do with Trayvon Martin. That has nothing to do with his family. That's because you are a miserable person at your core. Yeah. And you will likely die that way. And I know for George Zimmerman specifically, there ain't nothing but fire and brimstone on the other end of that. So I'm going to just rest my understanding on that and try to make peace with that, as well as extend continued love to the family of Trayvon and anybody else who's agitated by this fucking dumpster of a human being.
When I first read the story, I actually had to immediately put it out of my mind.
That's what I'm telling you.
Because the intensity of how fucked up it is and the fact that we live in a country where this sort of shit is allowed, it just blows my mind. Especially considering I think he made a lot of money. He made a lot of money off of murdering this boy. How you suing us?
You just made murder look like
he sold the gun. He sold the gun.
You know, you could not have had a better outcome.
Yeah.
You know really how many motherfuckers are on death row right now? How did he do it?
Mm-hmm.
Bitch,
for shit
please.
They didn't do.
So,
woo, goddamn.
I wanted to extend another fuck you to that one, and to also say, I know I'm not the only person who just goes into that place of rage that can't really be placed anywhere without us going to jail.
Right.
When you read these kinds of things.
Yeah.
But my nigga, you're miserable. You are literally a horrible person. You don't give a fuck about yourself. And you're going to try you getting away with killing that young man is literally the best fucking thing that ever happened to you.
Right.
And here you are trying to continue to capitalize off of it. Right. And we're not I'm not even going
this
to
is nothing but to hurt the family. This is just to hurt the family.
Which you've already done.
You already took their son.
In the worst way you could.
I hate this. I can't.
The fact that nobody has killed you yet.
Come on, I was just about to say the things I want to say about him would have the Secret Service knocking on my door. We just
the Secret Service
not the Secret Service, the FBI.
Oh, well.
We just want to talk.
Anyway, that was that. The second one is I'm going to be passing my read.
Pass the read like we used to.
Bit more lighthearted because I felt like we should. And it's, you don't say if I should say your name or not. I'm going to call you Killa.
Oh, God. Okay.
You know why, because your name is short. Whatever. Okay. So it says, this overdue, passionate read is sharply directed at the love fumbler that is my cell phone. And it's built-in autocorrect. Fuck you. You see, the problem with us Africans using Western-designed mobile devices that come fresh out the box, stored with a plethora of names that don't include our rare, rich, meaningful ones, is that when you type one in, it saves it. So that next time we begin venturing into letter combinations unknown to the Western world, autocorrect will say, hey, remember last time you wrote this? Is this a word you're about to use? I think that it is. To which my grateful South African asks, oh, shout out to you again, South Africa, all up in the read this week. My Siri's voice or accent is South African because I found it to be the prettiest of the options. That was pointless.
I love it.
To which My grateful South African ass will respond with, yes, thank you, white man, and tap my newly stored suggestion. This key energy conserving feature can be a lifesaver, but autocorrect, goddamn it, bitch, you really need to know your place. You're in my pocket or my hand or plugged into my nearby charger for the vast majority of all of my days. I use you to go places, to order food, to make notes, to contact people, and to scroll through articles and social media apps. We do a lot together, and I only mention this to say that you should know me by now. More specifically, you should know when to hide that I've been acutely stalking one of my many, because you and I both know that there are many, crushes by removing their name from your database the minute my stalking concludes. You left me hanging dead in the air when my crush gave me his number and began typing his extremely rare African name into my phone for what he believed to be the first time. But you and I both know that you already knew the name and you had learned it when I casually tried to stalk him on Instagram. Now you tell me, what the hell do I say to a patient, inquisitive face looking up at me asking how my phone already knows his name after him only typing 3 letters?
Oh my God.
What do I say? He still wants an answer phone and he's 15 seconds away from calling me sus. What believable lie did you fully trust my awkward self to be able to swiftly conjure up in an attempt to hide my crusher tendencies? You flopped big time on this one. I refuse to take any kind of responsibility whatsoever.
I was literally about to ask.
You fumbled my chance at love. Because now I look like a weirdo.
Oh, yeah, it's the phone's fault.
Hey, little stank ass phone. Did they tell you that I'm dead? Yes, I've died. Right then and there, I died. The autopsy revealed that my cause of death is the embarrassment that you put me through. I'm currently typing from my coffin.
Whoa.
So, that's signed Killer Cam.
Cam, you did this to yourself, but I love the energy.
This was so funny. Because I kept thinking, where's this going?
And I don't even know how you got somebody's phone number from Instagram. I don't know how that happened. I don't know how the phone number is being connected.
I mean, this could be maybe that it's somebody that she goes to school with or works near. It's probably somebody that is in your vicinity somehow.
Oh, your network.
Yeah.
Oh, and people have
it's probably not somebody
Instagram
that she knows
connected to Facebook.
From
right,
Instagram.
okay.
Maybe somebody that she really knows from her real life or has seen around.
Does it have a setting where like friends can see your phone number?
I don't think so anymore.
I don't know.
If you have someone's number in your phone, then you can likely find their Instagram if they've connected the two.
Okay, gotcha.
But I don't think the reverse is true. However, this could be somebody that's a friend of a friend, maybe somebody that you know who is a friend of yours. This could be somebody that you've seen on somebody else's page that was
privacy
tagged
controls
or
wasn't where they
whatever.
needed to be, and that was
and
that.
every now and then when you're feeling a little hot and heavy, you go and see what they're up to and tippity tip tip tap. And then one day you finesse that nigga into giving you the number. And
I've done that before.
Saw his whole ass name up on there. I mean, I've fully be on Crush's pages, but I've never handed my phone to a crush and been like, here, put your number in it. I
used to text Brittany Griner.
I know that.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, did I tell you or was I ashamed? Listen, it just happened. But anyway, that was a long time ago. She got kids and a wife and all that. But anyway, it was just, Cam, this, I love that you're blaming the phone here, but you fully did this and you know that. So,
I mean, how was it? I feel like the phone was being
even
shady.
said like Africans versus Western technology. Like you took it there.
Because you know the phone will fully be like, oh
girl.
You talking about that nigga, right? Okay, here. But
it will. But you can turn all that off.
Yeah, you can.
You can turn off what shows up in search results. You can. Yep.
Or you can just say, what's your number? And then put it into your phone yourself.
Yeah. Or you could have deleted it before you gave him your phone. Yeah. I don't know how you didn't think about the fact that you already had his number. But
either
anyway,
way, I got a great...
Yeah, this was so funny.
This was a fantastic
I will be finding that and favoring it so I can read it again. Because
I'll just start next to it.
Oh, amen. Thank you so much. Because I have got to read that again. That was
funny to me.
Okay. Yes.
And that's it for The Read this week.
It is. Check us out at thisistheread.com. That's our website. We are on social media at This Is The Read on like all the major platforms. I guess. Don't forget to check out our sponsors, ThredUp. The holidays are busy enough, but ThredUp makes it easy to get thrift store pricing with the convenience of online shopping. Instead of spending hours at the racks, you can shop millions of deals on your phone anywhere at any time, all up to 90% off estimated retail. So again, check them out. You get 30% off your first order at thredup.com/read. Again, 30% off your first order at thredup.com/read. It's a sustainable and more affordable way to get through the season. Hallelujah. Kid Fury, do we have any news this week?
Yes, we do have news this week. Actually, I just quickly remembered that Alex sent us news.
I thought you was ready.
So, first of all, I told you guys about the toy drive that we're doing yet again here in the city. So think of this as a toy drive / holiday party. It starts on Saturday, December 21st. From 2 to 6, all of the info will be up on our Instagram and things like that. But just bring a toy. There's going to be DJ and music and twerking and dancing and all that kind of stuff.
So you bring a toy for admission.
Basically, you can also make a monetary donation if you'd rather do that and stuff like that. And you can also go to shoptheread.com if you're not going to be in town, but you want to donate something. So all the information and the link for the RSVP and stuff like that is going to be on thereadlive.com as well as on the Instagram. So you can go there for more information. And then also we're going back to the Apollo in February for our 7-year anniversary show. God, the show's fucking old.
So old.
It would be like a full bad child running around and spilling juice and stuff like that by this point. Oh, ages ago, actually. So yeah, 7-year anniversary show at the Apollo, Saturday, February 15th, 2020. Tickets are going to go on sale this Friday at 10 a.m. on Ticketmaster.com and on thereadlive.com. So tell a friend this Friday at 10 if you want to come and see our 7th annual anniversary show.
7th annual anniversary. I cannot believe we have been doing this shit for this long. What the fuck?
It's stupid.
Remember when 5 years sounded ridiculous?
Yeah.
Dog, what the hell? So
But
here we are. Yes,
Yep.
and back at the Apollo.
So look out for tickets for
Which
that.
is just
and that's
wild.
pretty much it.
Yep, I think that's it for me as well. So, oh god, this is well over 2 hours. I hope you hoes are happy.
That
See
was
y'all
my lift.
next week.
Bye, girls.